It is 10 o'clock. Good morning from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. The Tennessee Titans announced it just moments ago. Chris Johnson is heading into the Ring of Honor, set to be inducted on September 13th. The Titans legend recently announced earlier this year that he was diagnosed with ALS in 2025. Now he is immortalized in Titans history. The FIFA World Cup wraps up this weekend with the third-place game between France and England in Miami Saturday at 4. And on Sunday, Spain takes on defending champion Argentina at 2 p.m. at New York, New Jersey Stadium in the World Cup final. Nashville Soccer Club is back tonight after the World Cup break, taking on Atlanta United at Geodis Park. Kickoff is at 7. Pregame coverage on the Zone starts at 6:30. Nashville starting back after the World Cup at the top of the MLS standings. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Good morning. Welcome into 104.5 The Zone. We're happy to have you for the next 3 hours. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's morale is high. How's morale in here? How are we feeling?
Great. Why would we be feeling poorly?
Why are you yelling?
Why do you choose to do the things that you do to the most extreme level at work events, much less charity events?
Robert?
Yes, Lucas, answer him. Why do you choose showing up that late was unexcusable?
It really was. I was shocked.
Robert does nothing halfway. Nothing.
So we had a great time. We really had a great time last night at Eastside Bowl. It was a lot of fun. I heard Slay didn't show up. Slay didn't show up to his morning show hit. We got to put out a emergency alert situation. The last I saw him, he was smoking a cigar in the back of the Zone van on a folding chair. Found a folding chair in the back of the Zone transit van, propped it up. Everybody gathered around him after the bowling event. Story time with Uncle Slay while he's smoking a cigar that somebody brought him at the bowling event.
That was fun.
You had a good time?
One of the last things I remember about leaving the venue was Buck going, You going to be okay, buddy? Yeah, I'm good.
In the most condescending way possible.
Did you have fun, buddy? Yeah, I had fun.
Slay did eventually call into the morning show.
Oh,
so
good.
he did make an appearance. But
Good.
Huge shout out to everybody who came last night, all the listeners who came last night. It was, once again, a great success.
As far as the charity goes for Home Street Home, really appreciate you guys helping us raise some money. It ended up being a sellout event. We're always proud of that. We're always proud of any time that we can raise money for a good cause. And I know Stephen Young came away from the event last night very pleased with everybody's level of generosity. So thank you for doing what you do, what you always do every time we call on you guys to help us raise money for good causes and showing up and showing out. And I think I looked like everybody had a great time. Eastside Bowl is a very... it's a perfect venue for that kind of setup. The bartenders were great. The wait staff was awesome. We had a little live music.
Yeah. Oh man, I walked in and there's a saxophone playing.
I know. Lucas was
and then a clarinet.
I didn't see the clarinet.
That's what I'm talking about.
They even pulled out a bassinet. They were just pulling out all kinds of different instruments.
A bassinet?
It
The
depends.
thing you put a baby in? That's what you should have been in. Should have wheeled you out in one of those.
I just won't come anymore. If you guys don't enjoy me hanging out, I had a blast. I feel like everybody I talked to had a blast. I think you're the only person that is offended that I had that much fun.
Who said I was offended? I'm honored that you had such a great time.
All right, can I cut the lights off in here now?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ramon walked out of here and said, make sure you work him hard today.
Work who hard today?
You.
No, he didn't. He didn't say that.
I swear to God.
He wouldn't say something
Look at
like
the way
that
Lucas
to me.
is smiling. I have a witness.
No, why wouldn't y'all have to work hard? It's y'all show. Y'all. We do have a good guest coming up.
I know we really did a disservice to Dane Brugler today to put him at 10:20 after we're limping our way through the start of the show. But we will have a good time. We do have some good news to start the show. Chris Johnson's going to the Titans Ring of Honor. That's the way that we start the show today. Obviously, the tragedy of his ALS diagnosis over a year ago, the announcement more recently where we saw him for the first time since his diagnosis. And so the team is doing something I felt was, I don't know what the appropriate time that needs to pass for these things, right? Like Mac is going in immediately. Mike Keith went in immediately. Chris Johnson, obviously, several years after the fact. And I'm glad that they're doing it. And I hate to say this in a morbid way because I don't know what Chris Johnson's quality of life is going to be for the remainder of his time on Earth. But I'm glad that they're doing it while he's still around to appreciate it.
Yeah, and this is one that needed to happen at some point or another, regardless of any health updates from Chris Johnson, obviously.
Well, that's the thing, right? I hate that it took a tragedy, it seems, to kind of, for them to be like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah, it feels like something, it would have happened. I don't know. I don't know what the usual.
I don't know, man. Keith Bullock's still not in there.
Yeah, KB probably belongs in there too.
Like, and I'm not. I don't want to turn this into a segment where I'm like, they should be in there. The Titans are doing this, that, and again. Like, that's not what this is. I'm glad that they're putting Chris Johnson in. Is what I mean to say. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's a sure thing and what's not. I know some teams are more selective with it. I don't know. I should probably know more about what goes into this decision making process. Other than, do they just go up and ask the owner, hey, you want to retire this number this year?
Yeah. Well, nobody's going to argue CJ2K in the Titans Ring of Honor. Amy Adams-Strunk said, quote, Chris Johnson holds a special place in the hearts of our organization and our fans. His stats speak for themselves, and he will forever remain a leader in our record books, but the man behind the yardage deserves just as much celebration. We look forward to welcoming him home September 13th and officially inducting him into the Titans Ring of Honor. So the season opener against the Jets, getting right to it to put CJ2K up there. When's the last player that got inducted? CJ2K is the first player to get in there since who?
Unless somebody's been inducted more recently than Eddie and McNair.
Well, like McNair got put into the Ring of Honor almost 2 decades ago at this point, but they retired his jersey.
Retirements.
Yeah, that celebration a couple years ago was for the jersey number.
Yes, I don't remember. I don't think I've been here, or I don't think they've retired a player's number while I've been here. And this is my 10th season.
I'm trying to count up 12, 10, 11, 13. 13 players in the history of this organization are in the Titans Ring of Honor.
There's not a Titan, like a pure Titan, right? A Titans era Titan in there.
No, because Eddie was drafted by the Oilers. McNair was drafted by the Oilers. Frank Wycheck was drafted, not by this
He wasn't drafted by them.
He was drafted by Washington, if I remember correctly.
But there's not. I mean, Derrick Henry.
But he was an Oiler.
Well, Chris Johnson will be the first, right?
Yeah, actually, that's correct. Chris Johnson will be the first to begin his career when they were the Tennessee Titans and not the Oilers. So that's massive. Awesome.
Yeah. So again, whatever it takes to get him in there, he deserves it. And so glad that he and his family get to appreciate the ceremony. And, of course, that will be a celebration in the middle of week 1.
And that makes sense. For the first player in the history of this organization to go into the Ring of Honor as purely a Titan and not an Oiler, it makes sense for that to be CJ2K.
Yeah, I think because Kearse was drafted by them. Bullock was drafted by them. I think you could have made the argument for
sure.
any of the three.
For sure.
But, yeah, if you said, not to order them. I don't want to do that to their careers. They're obviously 3 different players, 3 different positions, 3 different levels of accomplishments, and all very accomplished as individuals and certainly helped their team to various accomplishments during their respective times with the franchise. But, yeah, I mean, if any of the 3 of them are good options, they should all 3 probably be in. Like, nobody's going to make an argument against Bullock or Kearse, right?
I would agree, yeah. Like, there should be more than one just Titan in the Titans Ring of Honor.
Yeah, because we are now almost 30 years in.
Yeah, it's surprising.
The Titans era. Well, I mean, who would it have been?
Yeah, no, it's those 3.
Those 3,
yeah.
Right? I mean, there are guys.
It's those 3. I mean, Derek, you figure at some
Derek's
point
going.
is going in there.
He should.
Yeah, he should.
He absolutely should. He's going to be the only Hall of Famer among them. So, yes, at some point, Derrick Henry will deserve his place in the Titans' Ring of Honor. As far as that goes, Week 1 is a good time to do it. Halftime of their Week 1 game against the Jets. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of talk in the lead up to it, not just because it's a Week 1 game, because Robert Saleh, the ties to the Jets, the whole thing. Chris Johnson spent some time with the Jets as well.
That's true. One of 3 organizations he played for. That is going to be a great environment. Week 1, all the excitement of a new season. Robert Saleh, the Jets, all of those things. And now CJ 2K at halftime. I think that place is going to be rocking for CJ when they make that announcement.
Oh, yeah.
For
sure.
It's going to be I bet it's going to be as loud as it's been in quite some time at Nissan Stadium when they do that ceremony at halftime.
I love that. And you take advantage of, because nobody knows how the season's going to go. I think that Week 1 is a great time to do it, to take advantage of the excitement around football coming back generally, the excitement around seeing, what can the new staff do with the new players, so many new players. Obviously, what can the new staff do with Cam Ward? And then, of course, to honor a franchise legend and the first Titan in the Titans era, Titan only, to be inducted into the team's Hall of Fame. So well done by them. 615-737-1045. All right, you want to talk some football? Robert, you want to talk some football?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay. Talk some football with Dane Brugler coming up next. Nothing worse than a plumbing, heating, or electrical issue. You don't know what it will cost or if it'll get fixed correctly or if someone's just trying to upsell you on something. That's not what Hiller does. Hiller has been in business. Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical is who you should call because they do business the right way. That's why they've been in business for over 35 years as a family-owned and operated company. You don't have to waste time waiting around for your tech to get there once you make your appointment. When they're on their way, you'll get a photo of the tech and a link to track them in real time. So as I mentioned, you don't waste your time waiting around. Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical is an honest company. The price they tell you is the price you will actually pay. No hidden fees, no surprises when you get your bill. And of course, they're going to solve your problems quickly. 100% satisfaction guaranteed of Happy You'll Be, where the service is free. That's the Happy Hiller promise. So visit them online today and book with ease at happyhiller.com. Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken. The best hot chicken in the world. That would cure us. That would cure us. That would make all the difference in the world.
You're just suggesting that?
Oh, what, you want lunch?
I'll do Hattie B's twice in one weekend. No problem.
I'm not scared.
When did you go to Hattie B's?
We're going Sunday
Oh, that's right.
for the World Cup final.
Excellent.
Oh, Lord.
What do you mean, Lord?
What's
wrong?
I think I'm just going
Turn
to
the
be done.
lights on.
I think I'm going to be done drinking. Stop hollering.
You know, you don't have to. You don't have to drink at Hattie B's on Sunday.
And that's what I keep telling myself.
Well,
you don't have to
You
drink.
also don't have to black out.
I didn't black out. I didn't black out. I
Do
was
you
still
remember
there.
everything?
Yeah. I remember the whole ride home. I remember Cheyenne changing the radio to some dumb country station, and I said, "Put Howard on."
Do you see he's only doing 1 day a week?
Yeah, I did.
I saw he laid off 12 people because he's taking his show down to 1 day a week.
It's unfortunate. I mean, he could have retired and no one would have a job. So, I'm not going to look at it like that. But, yeah, he did let go of some of my favorites. Richard, who is basically me on his show, they're always laughing at him like, "Oh, you dumb redneck." He got canned.
Damn. R.I.P. Richard.
No, not R.I.P. So we are going to talk some shop with Dane Brugler because most of the draft process starts during the summer before the football season has even begun, and so we will look forward to Dane in a time of year where he's not super crunched. So we appreciate him making some time during a slower part of the season for him. Though I don't imagine it's that slow a part of the season for you, given the level of depth that you're already doing these scouting reports on theathletic.com. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great. We're ready to get back going with some training camp stuff here in the next couple of weeks. And I was very happy to see your positional previews, and I very much enjoyed the fact that you were starting with wide receiver because I know that there are a lot of fun players, a lot of highly touted players in this coming draft class. But with Jeremiah Smith being the one who gets all the headlines, I was looking forward to learning more about some other names who I am not hearing as often.
And just being a
Dane Brugler of The Athletic here with us on 104.5 The Zone. He started his 2027 draft preseason positional rankings, which you can start to read. There are several different position groups up, available at theathletic.com.
Dane, I'm trying to remember examples, regardless of position, where there were parallels in the conversation when you say he's got a chance to be the best grade you've ever given to a receiver. I mean, Caleb Williams maybe had that sort of discussion around him going into his last year. Like Jeremiah Smith still has to play a whole other year of college football. When's the last time you were this excited about a player, regardless of position?
Caleb's a good one. I think Joe Burrow, by the time he got through that legendary LSU season where win the Heisman, win the national championship, I think he was in that discussion of, okay, this is one of the better quarterback prospects we've seen in recent memory. I think, like Nick Bosa was up there for me in terms of, okay, where does he rank among the best pass rushers I've ever seen? But I'd probably go back to Myles Garrett. When he was coming out of Texas A&M, he was just so different. I remember standing next to him at the combine thinking like, I can't believe we're the same species. Like he's just so natural. The way he was built, the way that, he looked like an action figure. It's just crazy how he was built. But then you watch him on film and it's like, okay, the talent backs it up. Just an amazing player. And of course, obviously, he's lived up to it in the NFL. So, yeah, it doesn't happen often. I mean, I think we try to, the word generational can be thrown out there, way too much. But I do think Jeremiah Smith belongs in the conversation in terms of just where he falls. And in fact, so I've got an article coming out here in the next, I don't know when it's actually going to come out, but I've been working on it because I was really curious, like where does Jeremiah Smith fall in the best, the highest graded prospects that I've ever seen. So I went back to 2010. So basically a 17-year sample size. And I have the grades from every prospect over that span. And I ranked them 1 through 50, just the highest grades I've ever given. And I'm eager to share that with everybody just to see like, okay, and I haven't put a final grade on Jeremiah Smith yet to know exactly where he falls. But it's just interesting to look back at the top 50 to see, okay, who was number 1? Where did this guy fall? And, it's not all right. I mean, Zach Wilson's in there for me, which is a big miss on my part. But there's a lot of, it's interesting in hindsight looking at the different grades given out at these guys as prospects.
Okay. Look out for that coming up on The Athletic. Can't wait to see where Jeremiah Smith stacks up with that list. Dan Brugler is with us. So you listed your top 15 draft-eligible underclassmen wide receivers, and for a local tie, you've got Mike Matthews of Tennessee at 13 and Braylon Staley of Tennessee at 15. But it's just a loaded wide receiver class. Jeremiah Smith's the headliner here, but when you talk about Cam Coleman and Evan Stewart and all of these guys, I can't wait to see how this shakes out at the top of the draft, Dane, but is there somebody in particular that you're excited to see try and take advantage of an opportunity this fall that could launch them up this board in a way that we're not talking about right now?
Yeah, there's always, receiver especially, because there's so many of these guys where they're obviously good athletes, but the opportunity gives them a chance to shine in their final year before jumping to the draft. I mean, I think you look at Ole Miss, Deuce Alexander, he's going to be stepping up as one of their go-to receivers this year. And obviously with, there's a lot of different, that Ole Miss offense is very different from last year, mainly because Lane Kiffin and then offensive staff is now at LSU, but Trinidad Chambliss is still there. And so the Ole Miss offense should be still very explosive. And I think Deuce Alexander will be a big part of what they're doing. I think looking at Miami, same thing. They're replacing a lot of things on that offensive side of the ball, starting at quarterback with Carson Beck. But you bring in Darian Mensah, and who is his top target at Duke? Cooper Burkett, who is coming over from, he's a double transfer. He was at Harvard, and then went to Duke, did really well last year for the Blue Devils. Now he's going to Miami. And he's a player that's, he's 6'1", 195 pounds, runs probably in the mid 4.4s. But he's a really skilled player. And so eager to see what he can do in that offense as Miami should be the clear favorite in the ACC. And so if they live up to what we think that Miami can be, they're going to be in position to make another run at a national championship just like they did last year.
With the Miami roster, just kind of sticking with them, Mario Cristobal is always going to build through the trenches. Their defensive line, I know they're losing a lot of quality players, but they have some really, really talented guys that are returning on that roster as well. There's a couple of different SEC programs, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, that have some interesting defensive line prospects that I know you've looked at. Just how exciting is the depth there along this defensive line group?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just start with Miami because they did lose those two edge rushers with Ruben Bain in Moton, but I think the interior is why you're excited about the Hurricanes defensive line. And they bring in Damian Wilson, transfer from Missouri, and they've got some guys coming up through in the program that will step in and give you some production on the edge. But at defensive tackle, Ahmad Moten, who you watch the national championship game, he was just so disruptive. I mean, he was playing at another level, getting after Fernando Mendoza, really disrupting the pocket. That you saw it versus the run, you saw it when he was able to rush the passer, and then Justin Scott, who was one of the highest ranked recruits a couple years ago, was originally headed to Ohio State. He's a Chicago kid, then flipped to Miami, and he's so explosive for a guy that size, over 300 pounds. The way he moves, it's just different. I mean, you can see it right away. And so I think this Miami team is, yeah, like I said, they're the clear favorites in the ACC, and big part of that is that defensive line. Big part of it is the new look offense and what they're going to bring. But I do think that defensive tackle, there might not be a true Mason Graham or Aaron Donald type of guy at the top where you feel, oh, this is an obvious top 15 pick. But there's really good depth throughout the top 50, top 75. At least that's what the talent shows. You go to Oklahoma with David Stone. He might be the most disruptive and talented defensive tackle in this group. You just want to see more consistency out of him, but he's outstanding. Oregon's got a couple guys. Bear Alexander, Mari Washington, thought he could be a first-round pick if he came out last year. Ole Miss, Will Eccles is a really good defensive tackle. So yeah, this defensive line group, and so just my process, I kind of try to go position by position. And I did receiver, did defensive tackle, working through corner and linebacker and running back right now. I saved quarterback for last, just trying to get through all these guys. But it's really shaping up to be a fun class. Like I said, I'm working through corner right now. Leonard Moore from Notre Dame. If we weren't talking about Jeremiah Smith, because Jeremiah Smith's the top prospect in this class, he is number one with a bullet. But I think if not for Jeremiah Smith, we'd be talking more about Leonard Moore as, hey, is this the best non-quarterback in this class? He is fantastic. He's tall, he's long, but the movement skills are outstanding. And I think what impresses me the most is just his processing, his understanding of the route and what the offense is trying to do, and then his understanding of, okay, I'm going to beat the receiver to the spot, how decisive he is and how smart he is, but he also has the physical traits as well. So Leonard Moore from Notre Dame, an easy type of prospect in this class because he looks like a top 10 pick.
You may not have a number for me yet, given that you're going to wait until the end to do the quarterback position. Maybe you do. We understand that there's a whole college football season to play out yet, so things could change. How many draft eligible quarterbacks are you getting ready to go through, Dane? Because it sounds like there's considerable depth there as well, beyond the top end guys that we're going to spend a lot of time talking about.
Yeah, I think just the sheer volume of players is impressive. And so you just kind of hope that, because development's not guaranteed, right? You hope that these guys are able to take that next step and show more and more promise to convince scouts that, hey, I'm worth a first round pick. I'm going to be an NFL starter. Now, obviously, Arch Manning leads that discussion from Texas. The way he played down the stretch last year, the way he played in the bowl game against Michigan, if he's able to build on that, and they've got a really tough game out just right away with welcoming Ohio State to town. That's going to be a really fun one in Austin. But just to see Arch Manning and his development, Dante Moore from Oregon, what does he do in year two? He made a big decision deciding to go back to school. A lot of people thought he would have been the number 2 pick to the Jets if he came out in last year's draft. So is he able to take that next step and really convince scouts that, hey, I belong in the top 5 discussion? But then who else steps up? Is it Drew Menstemaker from Oklahoma State? He's a really fun player. He plays that backyard style where he loves to be off platform, loves to play outside of structure, has a whip for an arm. He's a lot of fun. CJ Carr from Notre Dame, can he take that next step? He's a young player, but the talent is there. He's going to be a top pick whenever he decides to come out into the NFL draft. Lenora Sellers he might be the ultimate wait and see player from South Carolina, because you see the talent. I mean, he is built. He is 6'4", 240 pounds, and he is probably going to run in the 4.4s. But it's just, can he become a much more consistent quarterback in terms of reading from the pocket and the pocket presence and negotiating pressure and the decision-making aspect of it. Last year, I don't know that he got the most help. And so, okay, was he going to transfer? No, he decides to stay put. He's a South Carolina kid. Okay, he's going to stay with the Gamecocks. Can they do enough around Lenore Sellers to help really advance him as a player and let him take that next step? So, yeah, there's a lot of question marks with this quarterback class, but the sheer volume of players that I think there's at least something about them that allows you to get excited. That gives evaluators excitement and optimism that, hey, this is going to be a strong quarterback class, which is what we need after the last 2 years where it was, okay, a lot of teams saw it as a one quarterback class. This past year with Fernando Mendoza, a lot of teams thought it was Mendoza and then nobody else. The year before, same thing with Ward at number one. Now, is that how this year is going to play out? Or are we going to see more like 3 years ago when we saw, 6 quarterbacks in the top 12? Like I don't know if we'll ever see that again, but hopefully we'll at least see a handful of guys that are worthy of that first round discussion.
And then there's Brendan Sorsby, Dane, who obviously has been one of the headliners of this whole offseason. And I was kind of struck by the way that instantly after all the Sorsby stuff started to come down, there were thoughts and opinions coming out, really smart football people, draft analysts saying, no, this is a bona fide first-round talent. Do you agree that Brendan Sorsby is a first-round talent, even if he does not play a snap of football, which seems to be the case in 2026?
Well, and that's why I was kind of hoping he would be in the supplemental draft just as a test case because it's such a unique situation. I was fascinated to see how the NFL would handle such a situation where I don't know that I don't think he's a slam dunk first round talent, but I think that you could make the case that he was, because quarterbacks are always drafted ahead of where they probably should be drafted. So if you have a second round grade on Brendan Sorsby, I can understand why a team would say, hey, we're not going to wait and see if he's there first in the second round. We're going to take him in the first. And so I don't think it'd been a huge shock if he came out in the 2026 draft. I don't think it would have been a huge shock if he snuck into the first round. Now, obviously, you're doing that based off of what he's going to be and not necessarily what he's done because the talent is there, but there are a lot of inconsistencies to his game. The footwork's a mess. That affects his accuracy and just the consistency with the ball placement. So there's areas of his games where he needs to mature. And that's why we saw he was in the first round conversation because with a strong senior year at Texas Tech, okay, I could easily see him getting in the first round. But now without that, there's no senior film. So how do teams, how do they handle such a unique situation? Because it's not only that missing year of development, but it's also the off-field stuff. And every team's going to look at that a little bit differently. But there's no doubt, as long as Sorsby is, keeps his nose clean and, distances himself from the gambling issues and is able to go through the process, which will give teams a lot more time to get to know him, the Senior Bowl, the Combine, workouts, 30 visits, gives teams a lot more, opportunity to feel comfortable with who he is as a guy and feel comfortable that all those issues are in the past. I think it could end up helping him and getting him back in that first round, but it's really a unique situation.
Do you have a favorite position to scout?
I think it's corner. I think it's an art form. High level cornerback play is an art form because you have to be the talent level has to be so high for you to match what wide receivers are doing because wide receivers are so good. To me, that is the position that every athlete wants to play. They want to be on the outside, they want to score touchdowns, they want to get open, make plays. And so corners have to find a way to combat that, and it's really hard. And that's why I really enjoyed watching Leonard Moore at Notre Dame because he's so good at doing it. And it's almost like I'm watching Sauce Gardner or Derek Stingley or one of these guys that have gone high in the draft in the last few years. He's kind of in that mold, Leonard Moore, and he does it often on an island. Notre Dame played more man coverage than any other program in college football last year. Nobody was on an island more than Leonard Moore, yet his ability to understand what the offense is doing and put himself in position to make plays on the football, it was unmatched. And so I really enjoy watching cornerback play because a lot of times it's the best athletes, and it's just a lot of fun to watch those guys go to work.
He's Dane Brugler. You can read his excellent work at theathletic.com. Of course, You can check out the Beast when we get into the draft coverage proper, but Dane told us he wanted to talk draft during the summer because he gets far less asks to do so. So we took him up on that. And it's always good to have you, buddy. Thank you for taking some time this morning.
Anytime. My pleasure, guys.
Dane Brugler of The Athletic with us on 104.5 The Zone. I can't wait for the college football season. And I don't know how many times I've said that in my life.
This draft, like, I am not one to get hyped for a draft months and months before it. But this draft has an opportunity to be legitimately special.
Robert, did you hear him? Did you clip that?
What did he say?
What were you doing?
He's busy back there.
No, he's not. He's taking a nap under the console.
No, I'm not. Did Lucas say he cares about the draft now?
Yes. This is
about this draft.
That's okay.
No.
We can make that work.
This is as excited for a draft as I have been before the start of a season.
Yeah.
Let's do a mock
In
draft.
a long time.
You want to do a mock draft?
Yeah, let's do a mock draft.
All right,
do
well,
mock draft.
calm down.
What do you mean, calm down? That's a bridge too far,
Everybody
Terabithia.
calm down.
Why
Everybody
not?
calm down.
Let's just do a top 10
You want to
mock.
actually work today?
No, the problem with mock drafts is trying to project the order of the top 10.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
cares?
Okay, let's do it.
What
Let's
does it
do
matter?
power rankings then. A power ranking top 20.
We already did power rankings this week.
I mean, of the draft players.
We'll leave that to smarter people than us. We'll leave that to Dane Brugler.
Because it's talking season. And SEC Media Days gets underway
He's
next
threatening
week.
us. He's threatening us. SEC stat of the day next. Don't put your finger up at me. What am I waiting for?
Been a while. I feel like I haven't heard that music in weeks.
You haven't been here in weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I forgot.
It is talking season.
Yes, that's why you forgot.
And there is new blood among SEC starting quarterbacks. Pete Nakos projected every starting quarterback in the SEC ahead of the 2026 season. How many out of 16 do you think are returning starters?
Ooh, haven't we played this game before?
Probably.
I feel like it's more than 4. I'm going to say 7.
6. Now, it could be 7 if you count KJ Jackson, who started the last handful of games for Arkansas last year.
Is he in a competition?
And he is in a competition, but I think he's expected to emerge from that competition. But if you count KJ Jackson, it's him. It's John Mateer of Oklahoma. It is Trinidad Chambliss of Ole Miss. Lenora Sellers of South Carolina. Gunnar Stockton at Georgia. Arch Manning, of course, for Texas. And Marcel Reed, the local product for Texas A&M. Otherwise, some quarterback battles. I will jump straight to Tennessee, where Pete Nakos projects that Faison Brandon will win the job. Now, SEC Media Day starts Monday. 3HL will be there live in Tampa, so be sure to tune in for that. Josh Heupel will speak on Monday. The player attendees that he brought are running back Deshaun Bishop and a pair of linebackers in Arion Carter and Jeremiah Thielander. By the way, the one thing those three have in common, all recruited out of high school and developed by Tennessee, not incoming transfers. Not sure if that's anything of note, but something I noticed.
It is in the modern age.
Yeah, feels like it. We don't learn anything at Media Days. We understand this. I enjoy Media Days because it is that indication that it's around the corner and everybody's getting together to talk about nothing but SEC football for a week straight.
It's a living preview magazine.
Yes. And I also enjoy it for the online discourse like this. On3 Sports put out this projection that Pete Nakos put together of every SEC starting quarterback. And it's listed alphabetically. It just goes Bama, Arkansas, Auburn, all the way down to Vanderbilt. And the first comment to On3 Sports post is, does On3 love Bama that much and have that high a hatred for LSU that an unproven Bama quarterback is all the way up there against an LSU quarterback that comes with a lot of skill? Oh, well, these predictions are always wrong anyway. Thinking that it's a ranking and not noticing that it's literally just alphabetical by the name of the program.
That makes me so happy.
So we are.
There's nothing
so
more
back,
SEC
baby.
football than that.
We are so back.
That's ripped off something straight off message board geniuses.
Yes. So Faison Brandon, every trend right now is Faison Brandon, but he has not won the job. I expect Faison Brandon to be Tennessee's starting quarterback.
I don't know. That's not the question I asked you.
How do I feel?
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I have no idea. I've never seen the guy play football. Okay. Like, it's exciting. He's a 5-star prospect, but he's a true freshman. Like, I'd be lying if I said I had a feeling one way or another. I have nothing to base that feeling on.
No, but just that, a true freshman starting.
I mean, we'll see. I don't know. Okay. We'll see. He's a 5-star prospect. Like, he's a really fun prospect. I'm excited to watch Faison Brandon play football if he is indeed the starting quarterback. We'll see if George McIntyre has anything to say about it. But that is probably one of the more dead heat quarterback competitions of the SEC going into it. You know, Kenny Minchie is expected to be the Kentucky starter, another local product. Sam Leavitt is expected to be the LSU starter. But interestingly,
just quickly before you move on, what's Leavitt's status? He's been hurt.
He did pretty much miss spring practice. What is his status? He was recovering from a Lisfranc foot injury, which is no small thing. That he suffered in late 2025. I feel like I've seen Kiffin. Yeah, Kiffin has said that he will play without limitations when fall camp begins.
Okay.
So, interesting
thing, right?
I would imagine so.
I think I would feel. I mean, maybe if you're a Vanderbilt fan, I don't know. If you're a Vandy fan, you can call us 615-737-1045. We rarely hear from you. but we would be happy to. The idea that Jared Curtis may not be the starting quarterback for the Commodores in the absence of Diego Pavia. I think that's a good sign, even if it's not the most exciting thing. Because I think if you're a Vanderbilt fan, at least if I was a Vandy fan, I would probably want to see the biggest recruit in the history of the program right away, right? I mean, I'm sure there are, and I don't know whether it's a majority, a loud minority, whatever. I'm sure there is some contingent of the Vanderbilt fan base that would rather just see the stud play, right?
I think Nike agrees with you. Did you see that he was one of 8 college athletes to sign an NIL deal with Nike ahead of the 2026 season?
No, I did not.
I do not think that Nike would be throwing a bunch of cash at him if he's going to be on the bench.
That would be a tougher sell, right?
And one of only 8 college athletes to do so, at least before the season starts.
Do you have the other players?
I can get them.
Sure. Let me know if you get those. I'm sorry, Lucas. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, didn't interrupt anything.
Well, you were in the middle of a thought, and I then very quickly interrupted you to ask you about Sam Levitt's health.
No, I mean, that was pretty much
Let
it.
me introduce Lucas. I interrupt Lucas.
Please.
Why don't you go back to sleep?
No, do your thing.
I have the list of players. I was just kidding, buddy. You can go. I'm sorry. I didn't want to hurt your
Somebody talk.
Speaking of high-profile recruits, there's a lot of buzz right now around David Gabriel George and the idea that he will stay in state and commit to Tennessee, the powerhouse 5-star running back out of Baylor School. Dude looks like a mini Derrick Henry out there if you haven't watched David Gabriel George. And he still has another year of high school football to play, but his commitment is coming up on the 22nd, so that's next Wednesday. And I'm loving the DGG stuff because it kind of, I feel like we're hearkening back to a time where we cared about recruiting and commitment dates. And it feels like those prospects are far and few between where there's that much buzz generated for a guy's commitment. But David Gabriel George is absolutely one of those guys. Now, there's a lot of noise right now that David Gabriel George is going to align with Adidas, which
would be significant because Tennessee, obviously, as of like a couple weeks ago, is an Adidas school for the next 10 years. Ohio State is a Nike school. So as Robert tells us that Jared Curtis is signing with Nike, if David Gabriel George doesn't end up coming out with Adidas stuff, then it does mean something, as much as it sounds like it may not. That is a situation worth watching because I'm sure Carnell Tate brought this up. Did you know Carnell Tate's first college visit was to Vanderbilt? He said there was no chance he was going, but his first college visit was to Vandy. And I know that there was a heavy interest and the potential, maybe it was never that close, but there was the potential that Tennessee was going to be involved in Carnell Tate, and he ultimately ended up going to Ohio State. So I'm sure Tennessee fans would like to. I know it's not a wide receiver. If you're in the wide receiver recruiting game with the likes of Ohio State, you're doing it correctly. But you said he looks like another Derrick Henry out there?
Just pull up
I know.
Some
but
clips of this guy. It's crazy.
I pulled up there, and I know these may not be the most official measurements. David Gabriel George is 6'205". You guys want to take a guess when Derrick was in high school?
Oh, like 6'4", 230 something?
6'3", 247. That's 42 more pounds.
I did use the word mini, Derrick Henry.
Well, you said another Derrick Henry
I
out
said
there.
mini.
I just want to make sure everybody knows.
Mini.
There's never been a player like that in high school football.
Nor will there probably ever be.
6'3", 247. God.
Go back and watch. If you're going to watch any highlight tape of David Gabriel George, go back and watch his 431-yard, 7-touchdown performance against Macaulay in one game. In what is one of the biggest rivalries in the Southeast, certainly in Tennessee, two private school powerhouses in the Chattanooga area. And he delivered one of the most dominant performances in the postseason, no less. This dude is just electric to watch. He is from Canada. He is French-Canadian, and he's all things considered, fairly new to football, but he's a dominant prospect. Both Tennessee and Ohio State want him very badly, and it's been an interesting war of words between Tennessee and Ohio State fans who, as recently as Legend Bay in the last cycle, have kind of clashed over this stuff. The guy that signed with Tennessee, clearly because his family wanted to, not because he wanted to, and he ends up...
That whole deal was weird.
Weird. He ends up asking to get released from his national letter of intent. He does end up going to Ohio State. So it's funny, there already is a little bit of bad blood between the two fan bases over all that stuff. Of course, last time they played, Ohio State was mopping the floor with Tennessee in the college football playoff. But we await the commitment of David Gabriel George this coming Wednesday. Otherwise, man, I get up for SEC Media Days. I get up for that to just dominate the conversation for a while, and I'm looking forward to hearing 3HL's coverage. They always crush Media Days. Like, that is 3HL at its absolute best, doing those car wash interviews with SEC players, coaches, and media. So looking forward to it. Starts Monday.
I quickly, just on that, because I know we're going to go to break here. 3HL is always great to come out to the bowling event. And it was no different last night. Dawn had I think Dawn had something going on.
Kid duty.
With baby Babs. So her absence was, of course, excused, but they were very kind to do their show from Eastside Bowl yesterday. Robert was on 3HL, and they were taking bets on whether I would show up in time for the event. You ended up being the latest among us. Was not on the bingo card.
I was a little behind. By the way, 3HL's Media Days coverage sponsored by Wholesale Supply.
We will endeavor to have every member of 3HL on throughout the course of the week, and so we'll look forward to catching up with them throughout the course of their various conversations. And Lucas is absolutely correct. 3HL is a lot of fun all the time, but at Super Bowl and at SEC Media Days, they are unmatched, and they will do an excellent job, as they always do. 615-737-1045, the number if you want to jump in the second hour, a little World Cup coverage. Do we have things to give away for Friday Fire in the second hour?
We do. Doobie Brother tickets.
Ooh, okay. That's at the end of the hour, 11:45, but we got a lot of fun things coming your way. Coming up next.
It is 11:02. Good morning from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. The Tennessee Titans announced this morning that Titans legend and former running back Chris Johnson will be inducted into the franchise's Ring of Honor in a ceremony taking place at halftime of the Week 1 matchup against the Jets at Nissan Stadium September 13th. And CJ 2K will be the first player whose career began in the Titans era to go into the organization's Ring of Honor. The FIFA World Cup wraps up this weekend. The third-place game between France and England in Miami on Saturday at 4. And on Sunday, the World Cup final. Spain takes on defending champion Argentina. 2 p.m. the kickoff at New York, New Jersey Stadium in the final. Nashville SC is back tonight after the World Cup break. They take on Atlanta United at Geodis Park. Kickoff at 7. Pregame coverage on the Zone begins at 6:30. Nashville starting back after the World Cup break at the top of the Major League Soccer standings. The Open Championship second round is underway at Royal Birkdale Golf Club, and currently at the top of the leaderboard and done for the day is Australian Lucas Herbert at 8 under. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once in your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Second hour is upon us. We are the walking wounded today because the bowling event was a smashing success, but that's all right. We're having a good time. We're happy that you're here having a good time with us on this Friday. 615-737-1045, the number. Got some college football and World Cup to get to in this hour. We've also got some Doobie Brothers tickets to give away at 11:45 if you give us your Friday Fire. I've got a really strong submission. This may be the best Friday Fire submission I've ever had in my personal record book. I'm very excited for it. Looking forward to it. I think it's I'm curious to see how it lands on the two of you because I'm sure you've seen it at this point, but it was excellent. So we will get to that at 11:45, and we will look forward to your submissions for the opportunity to win those Doobie Brothers tickets. We were talking about the potential Tennessee commit, running back David Gabriel Georges, who is in the...
George
Literally
asked me during the break.
I know, buddy. Sorry. David Gabriel George, DGG.
There is a S at the end of George, but he's French-Canadian.
Yes.
It's just pronounced George.
Okay, very good. DGG, the running back. He's in the center of a recruiting battle between Tennessee and Ohio State. It seems a lot of external forces believe it to be Ohio State. Seems a lot of people at VolQuest are keeping alive the idea that, no, Tennessee in the mix on this. We'll see how it goes, but very much in the mix on this. That is, how do you feel about the direction of Tennessee's recruiting of late, married with their use of the transfer portal?
I feel like I'm still trying to figure out what that standard is in terms of that balance to win championships, because my entire life, the premise has been, if you are not recruiting at or among the top of the top in college football, you are not going to be able to compete for championships, with very few exceptions, like Michigan. Jim Harbaugh's Michigan at no point was like bringing in top 2 or 3 recruiting classes.
Have we talked about all this Michigan stuff?
We have not. It's been messy. Feels like it has been for years.
Oh, now he plays for Michigan?
I knew it.
Come
That's
on,
the
dude.
first time you've looked up from your phone in an hour.
To be fair, we did have Messi slotted into this segment.
So how many bathroom trips are you going to take during this?
Hey, leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Why are you yelling?
Turn the lights on.
No.
It's 11 o'clock. Wake up.
But then you have Indiana, who at no point has finished with anything even close to a top recruiting class, but is bringing in not even the top of the top in terms of portal prospects, but just the guys that are great fits for Indiana. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's just a thing that only Kurt Signetti can pull off. So I'm still kind of discombobulated trying to figure out what the right formula is to, be there as a perennial contender. You probably have to do both to a very high level. And Tennessee has not been at that elite of elite recruiting level under Heupel. It's been good, but it's not been championship level. Not yet.
615-737-1045. If you want to jump in on any conversation today, you are welcome to do so. There is always conversation being had in the F&M Bank chat, where you can live stream the show. We are live streamed on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We are receiving messages in various group chats about how horrendous we look on the live stream today. So we appreciate your feedback as always, but we are always appreciative of the chat's participation.
They're lucky I have clothes on.
Well, you were dangerously close to being at least topless last night.
Oh, first thing I did
You
when
had
I got
one
to the house
button.
was take the top off.
One button hanging on for dear life across literally your belly button. It felt like it was wide open up top, wide open at the bottom. One button across your belly button holding it together by the end of the evening. You were I think you frightened the poor Sports Illustrated resort people.
Oh, they were great. They wouldn't give me a free room, though. I kept asking for an exclusive getaway. I was like, I'll tell everybody how great it is. They would not hook me up. What would that be? What is the one button over the belly button? Like Colombian necktie is the only the top button buttoned. So what would the belly button be?
The Big Boss Bert. The Big Boss Bert button.
Big quad B.
Quad B.
B squared.
I don't think that's how that works.
Big. Okay.
Are you still slurring?
Huh? I just need a cheeseburger, dude. I need a
No,
greasy.
you need Hattie B's.
Oh, I do need Hattie B.
You need Hattie B's.
I need that collard green juice.
I mean, we can order lunch.
Will you just get me
Text
two
me your order.
large
Text me your
collard
order. I'll
greens?
take a phone call and you text me your order.
Okay.
Noel is in West Nashville.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're great.
I just wanted to bring up a little bit of Middle Tennessee history
Okay.
of football. Back in 1970, our team at Murfreesboro Central went 12-0. We had a running back named Terry Haynes. He was 6'3", 235 pounds. He was the fastest man on the team. He was phenomenal. They could not stop him. His nickname was Terry the Tank. And he wound up going to University of Kentucky and played 4 years there and then played at the Miami Dolphins. Now, you want to talk about a running back. He was a running back.
Thank you for the call.
Love that.
Appreciate it. A little bit of history.
Love that.
Well,
Murfreesboro, he said Murfreesboro Central?
Think so.
he was comparing him. You were talking about how impressive physically DDG looked, and he wanted to give up his own comparison.
Yeah, I love it. Little local high school football comp.
I'm trying to look him up on Google. Okay. Yeah, 19...
Terry Haynes, what was his name?
Terry Haynes.
Terry the Tank.
Terry the Tank. What
Is that his nickname?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a cool nickname. Love alliteration.
615-737-1045 is how you get involved. So we got a World Cup final this weekend. We will be at Hattie B's, speaking of Hattie B's, their East Nashville location, because it's a great place to watch sports and a great place to do a variety of other things in their new rec space, essentially, because they've got what, all kind of like games. They have a pool table? Did you guys
Pool
say?
table, arcade, cornhole, bocce.
I haven't been yet. I'm looking forward to going, so we're going to be out there watching a World Cup final. Again, not in an official capacity. Lucas just suggested that we go, and so we're going to go because we love Hattie B's and we love sports. World Cup final, Spain and Argentina. I fear that we are going to see a similar result that we saw between Spain and France, where everybody's looking for France to come and, you know, lose their not lose their minds, but like continue their free flowing style of offense, to continue to score at a high rate, to continue to create opportunities and chances. Did you see the comments after the fact from Mbappe, by the way? Because we talked a lot about Thomas Tuchel getting heat for England and the decisions that were made, the tactics.
Oh, Mbappe kind of talking about their approach a little
Mbappe
bit.
kind of took out.
Yeah, it was interesting because France's manager is a legend of legends, has won a World Cup as a player and as a coach for France. Him and Mbappe are incredibly close. He's gotten the absolute best of Mbappe with the national team. And Mbappe was a little bit critical of their approach in that game.
So anyway, Spain suffocated them. That defense has been excellent. And did I read correctly that they have not allowed
They've allowed one goal the whole tournament.
What?
Spain.
Spain's goalie has only allowed one goal
Yeah.
the entire tournament.
But really, Spain as a team have allowed one
Yeah.
goal because, yes, it's about their defending and the spine of the team, but it's also about the control that they can exert in these games. And they set the pace of play. They determine the game state, it feels like, for 90 minutes. And that can mean a stretch of 89% possession, or it can mean that their press is just perfectly linked and you just don't have an acre of space no matter what you do. So that's going to be the ultimate difference, is if Argentina can break that press in a way that nobody else really has been able to, and if they can continue to create moments of magic the way they have done throughout the entirety of the tournament.
So Messi was doing a media availability this week, and he is quoted as saying to the detractors of Argentina, to the people who are talking about the VAR confluence of, just that it happens to go in Argentina's favor basically every time in these review situations. The fact that VAR has not been used against Argentina, really, it feels like the way, and I'm not saying that they're using it, they're weaponizing VAR, but it feels like Argentina has gotten away with some things that you have seen their opposition be at least reviewed for, and seeing critical moments overturned in the games that Argentina have played. Messi is saying that nothing was handed to them. The quote, literally, nothing was handed to us. And if you're Messi, of course you feel that way, because he's out here doing the work, right? He's assisting on the goals if he's not scoring the goals. He is, you talked yesterday, Lucas, about his team, maybe earlier in the week at some point, his teammates' deference to him, and how at 39 years old, they're obviously trying to put him in the best possible position to win another one, especially to go back-to-back would be huge. And he would become the most decorated player in the world's biggest sport.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. He wouldn't have the 3 World Cup titles that Pele has, but...
Somebody in the chat says, if Spain beats Argentina, does the kid have to wash Messi?
I think he gets to wash Messi's kid, and then he is now the father of Messi's child.
Pass it down.
Like
Carry
the Conor
Madame
McGregor,
Zeroni
Max
up the
Holloway
mountain.
thing. You see Max Holloway's kid afterwards? Because Conor McGregor did an interview in the lead up to the fight saying that he was Holloway's daddy. He got Holloway's kid on the sideline after McGregor limps out there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jumps in the air and crumbles in a pile of himself. Obviously, you don't want anybody to get hurt. You got Max Holloway's kid being like, "Who's your dad now, B?" I enjoyed that.
But the Messi Yamal thing is like, the soccer gods aren't even being like, they're just, it's pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
Not even being shy about it.
Yeah.
But Messi said nothing was handed to us. Argentina, without a doubt, had a favorable path to the semifinal. Nobody's arguing that. But that's also just how the bracket fell. The bracket fell that way because of the results in the group stage. That's not something that can be manufactured. The biggest thing for me is the Egypt game and the one overturned goal from the Egyptian foul that occurs in their own defensive third before Egypt covers almost 100 yards of the field and scores to go up 2-0. And it was a foul, but VAR reaching that far back into a play, to me, goes against what VAR was supposed to be. It
just felt like a weird spot for them to use it.
Yeah, it's too far reaching for me. And then there was another foul that you could say Argentina committed that didn't wipe away a goal, and VAR didn't bother to look at. So I understand that. At the same time, Argentina still had to come back and score 3 goals after trailing 2-0 in the 67th minute or whatever it was against Egypt. Like, they still had to do those things. The Switzerland one does not bother me. Brielle Mbolo straight up took a dive. Like, there was an emphasis on that coming into this tournament. So the fact that he got a yellow card for that obvious simulation, it is what it is. So I don't understand the hand-wringing over that. Like, that is letter of the law. He deserved that yellow card. It was unfortunate that he had already picked up a yellow. And I get the argument that referee should understand that in the game state, the best thing for that game is to, give him a stern warning, which nobody would have batted an eye at. But I also don't bat an eye at him getting a yellow there. Don't dive in that moment. Just don't do it. They're trying to remove that from the game. I don't mind Mbolo getting ejected for that. And Argentina still has to go on and find a winner, and they do. So I understand, you should be upset as an Egyptian fan. Like that, I can't. That sort of heartbreak for true Egyptian fans and for that team that has never accomplished anything in a World Cup, and for that to feel like it's ripped from them.
Because you don't know if they're ever getting that far.
No. I mean, this is it for Mo Salah, most likely. He's 34 now, maybe coming to MLS.
Wherever he ends up, I hope it's Nashville, because wherever Mo Salah ends up, I'm going to root for Mo Salah.
But Argentina are the world champions also. Like, they won 4 years ago. So I have a hard time sitting here and saying that Argentina do not deserve to be in the World Cup final.
Yeah, I also would not take that extreme of a position, even though the Egypt loss was very visceral. And I was actually upset about the way that situation played out. All right, Robert, I've got a quarter bird, dark plate. French fries.
Yeah.
Southern collard greens.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Lucas, do you want a Southern salad or you want something different this time?
Oh, I'll do the Southern salad again.
Okay, very good. Southern
I
salad.
almost did tenders, but
I'm doing tenders.
I love the
I'm
bones.
doing tenders. What do you do with the bones?
It just makes the meat
Pick
better.
your teeth with them?
No, it just makes the food taste better. I like my meat.
You know, I do feel
the
that way
bone.
about bone-in, like chicken breast. Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
tastes appreciably better.
Yeah, 100%. Bones matter. We'd be just a big ball of jelly without them.
It's true.
All right, we're going to order our Hattie B's. Continue the World Cup conversation coming up next. Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken. We will soon be fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken. 12:02. Crawl, head on a swivel. Set an alarm. Oh, damn. I should add. Did he want food? That's not my fault. I can't see him.
Yeah, you messed up, dude. You messed up.
You can have my tenders.
No.
I will probably not eat my entire salad.
The salad is
it's
huge.
massive.
We will all donate some of our plate so Kroll can eat.
I'm so sorry, Kroll. I literally can't see him.
He's apologizing profusely.
I never apologize.
He didn't order you Hattie B's because he thinks less of you than the rest of us. His words, not mine. You know I don't feel that way.
I love you, baby. I want to talk about something you mentioned casually, and obviously the World Cup final coming up on Sunday. Lucas and Robert will react to the World Cup final on Monday. I will be off, and then we will come back on Tuesday, and we will recap the Odyssey. All 3 hours of the Odyssey on Tuesday.
Oh God, I can't wait.
The more that I read about this movie, the more excited I get. I'm trying to temper my expectations.
I've cut myself off from all Odyssey content because I'm getting too excited.
Well, no, I'm seeing too much. I saw a clip of the movie today, and I was like, I don't need to see anything else from this movie.
I don't want to see another clip that I haven't seen before. I just want to show up and be blown away.
I think that's my least favorite thing about like the instant gratification of the internet now is like if you wait a day, you're going to be inundated with like things from, if you miss a finale, you have to watch the finale the night it happens because you will get onto Twitter the next day, Instagram the next day, see people break the episode down. Like you just can't, there's no time to wait for anything.
It's not even a full day anymore. My internet was down on Sunday, so I didn't get to see the latest episode of House of Dragons. But like I'm telling you, within an hour of the episode being out, they've got like full scenes on Twitter. How the hell are they getting away with that? It's not like you can, like HBO, ESPN, and the NFL app do this as well. You can't screen record things from their app. They have some kind of program that blocks
Same with
you.
Apple TV.
Right. So, I mean, this is common in where you're paying God knows how much money for the rights. You don't want people to be able to screen cap it, use it. So I'm trying to figure out how the hell these people on Twitter are getting just whole ass HBO scenes out there without getting their asses sued. Anyway, you were saying?
No, you were saying something.
No, I was saying.
I interrupted you.
Start the segment over.
Hold on.
What was your initial prompt?
No, we'll do it the right way. We'll cut all this out. Don't worry, guys. We can fix this in post. Okay.
Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken. The best hot chicken in the world. Lucas, you brought up casually Mo Salah might end up in MLS.
There's a little bit
He
of...
turned both of our microphones off as if we were actually
starting over.
restarting the segment.
It seems unlikely, but there's some noise.
I'm reading a report from Monday that says could be set for MLS from Yahoo. Mo Salah could be set for MLS switch after receiving a lucrative offer.
Yeah.
So Mo Salah and Messi are obviously towards the end of their careers. Like this, they're not playing the peak of their careers in Major League Soccer. We understand this. But I
don't
did
know. Say that to Messi. Say that to the dude that's leading his team to another world championship at 39.
What do I know?
But yeah, in principle, I get it.
It used to be, though, that MLS was simply a place that people like Zlatan and David Beckham and whoever else.
Thierry Henry. I mean, the list goes on.
Who was the longtime England player that ended up going to Washington?
Washington. Who would DC United? Yeah, Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Wayne Rooney. So this has been, MLS has been a retirement home for these guys for a long time. Because you can get an extra bag on the way out the door. You're still the best player in the league by a mile.
Get to live in Los Angeles or Miami.
Is that still the case anymore, though?
What do you mean?
MLS-wise? Like, not even just that it's an opportunity for these guys to get one last payday at the end of their career, because Saudi Arabia is out here doing the similar thing with Ronaldo.
And the Saudi League is interested in Salah, which means they can offer more money.
Sure,
so
for sure.
That's why I say it's unlikely he's in Major League Soccer.
But I guess my question is the quality of the player in MLS it seems to me better where I'm seeing in that Argentina game, they're citing, or somebody, I think it was Ben Wright that posted this.
He posted this a little tongue-in-cheek, yeah.
Oh, was he? But I just thought it was interesting.
He said the amount of Argentine players in Major League Soccer, there are 33.
But he's not talking about people that play for the national team that are playing in MLS, right?
Right. Like there are 2 MLS players on Argentina's roster. There are zero English players on England's roster. And MLS people have been like, it makes you think MLS made Messi better. Like it's kind of been a tongue-in-cheek sort of.
Fair.
But
so I misunderstood the context of the tweet because I thought he was saying like a significant amount of Argentina national team players were in MLS. And I was like, surely that's not right. Is the quality of play in MLS appreciably better, or are we still just kind of looking at this as a retirement home?
No. I think it's continued to go up. And they are bringing in players on the back end of their careers, but still players that have a lot to offer. Like Chicago Fire just signed Robert Lewandowski. For those who don't know, he is one of the best strikers of his generation. Polish striker, star for Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich and Barcelona. He's 37, about to turn 38. And Chicago just signed him in a blockbuster deal. So about to turn 38 is coasting towards the end of your career, except he just had a hugely productive season with Barcelona in a season where they won the league title, scored 14 goals on their way to winning another La Liga title in Spain. So Robert Lewandowski still has a ton to offer in his career, even at the age of 37, turning 38. But it is mainly the players that MLS is developing and scouting from around the world. Like, look at Nashville's roster. Players like Eddie Tagseth and Patrick Yazbek that were playing in Norway previously that come over. That level of player that has heightened the standard of the league and the advancements in player development while still bringing in these massive names. But understandably, you're not going to bring in a Robert Lewandowski at the peak of his powers. And it's okay for MLS to not be the Premier League. Like, Major League Soccer will likely never be in a place where the best players in the world are playing here at the very peak of their powers. And, like, that's okay. That's okay. We can do our version of it, just like Brazil does in Brazil and Argentina does in Argentina and Mexico does in Mexico and all over the world without being one of the top 4 or 5 leagues on the planet. But the standard, the level absolutely has gone up, and I'm interested to see how this switch to a more European calendar in the fall to spring format, which MLS is doing next year, if that goes if that does anything to start bringing over more players that are closer to the peak of their powers.
615-737-1045, the number. If you want to participate, you can do so. Robert, you have something to say? Hovering around the microphone.
I don't like how you say you can't see me when it's dark in here, and then you peer deep into my soul.
Well, but I can't. So Robert is. I saw that. Yeah, I know I'm number one. Robert is. What would you say you're doing? You're wallowing back there.
No, I'm
yesterday's in the repercussions from yesterday's bowling event.
I'm recovering in the only way that I know how, through active fitness and talking.
In darkness. You've turned off all the lights in the production studio.
Yes, I don't need any of the lights. If I could turn my mic light off, I'd do it too.
TMI, or I guess too much inside baseball, but Robert is in a separate, Robert and Kroll are in a separate room from Lucas and me. But I am looking at Robert through 3 giant paned glass viewing windows. But all I see is a bunch of glare from the cameras and the lights in here and Robert's outline. But I saw a Cheshire cat style grin come through the darkness. I want to know what you're cheesing about back there.
Have you guys seen the NFL soccer collab that Fanatics is doing?
No.
So I put it in the chat so you guys can look at them. Every NFL team is getting a kit.
Oh.
And they look really stinking cool. Like the Titans is cool. If this wasn't a Fanatics thing, I would be all over this.
What is Fanatics Fest, by the way?
Maybe they just show off new. things like this, I'm assuming.
But it's got like Pate was a speaker at Fanatics Fest. Pate opened for LeBron yesterday.
Oh, wow.
At Fanatics Fest. It's like some big thing. Tom Brady was there in New York. Like, it's a huge thing. They've got it on our rundown today to talk about on the Stu Gotts show, and I have no idea what the hell it is.
I would have booked that in reverse. I would have had LeBron talk before Josh Pate,
Dude,
to bring him up.
Famous bolds.
This is a great idea.
They're so cool, dude. I hate that the Ravens looks like the lamest one of them all, just like with a stripe down the middle, top right, next to the Bengals.
So it's NFL soccer kits?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Titans look cool. I think the Bucks probably have the coolest one with like the Zags going up the side. The Browns is really cool. I think the Chargers is cool with the stripes.
I like how some of them are just kind of carbon copies of classic, like, international kits. Like the Chargers just looks like Argentina. The Cowboys looks like that denim vintage 94 USA kit from the 1994 World Cup that we hosted.
Oh yeah, very familiar with that.
I love these. These are awesome.
Do you have a favorite?
Can you buy them?
I think the Patriots is the coolest one, where it's like the Patriots logo, bottom right.
Jags are the worst. Jags
Oh,
are
I think the Jags looks cool.
I kind of like it, yeah. It kind of looks like the Congo jerseys from this past World
like
Cup.
a holographic.
Or maybe I'm not. I'm just looking at I'm looking at it from far.
I think the worst.
I think the Patriots one is lame.
You don't like that? I think it's kind of cool.
And then I like the Chiefs, the red sash. I like that.
See, I thought that one was lame. I think the Rams is lame.
The Rams is lame.
Cardinals is cool.
I like the Cardinals. I was just going to say I like the design on the Cardinals.
Titans one is good.
It very clean.
Yeah,
very clean.
Oh, yeah, it's just it's not as like the Cardinals one has a weird kind of like graphic on it. The Titans one is just those stripes.
this is awesome. This is such a clever marketing idea. If the NFL wants to continue to grow in nations where soccer obviously dominates things, I mean, think about how much more likely a fan would be to buy.
100. I didn't even think about that.
Right.
Why
in
do you
that
think
aspect.
they're doing it? That's exactly why they're doing it.
It's very clever.
This is a way better grift than anything else they've come up with for these international games.
The Dolphins one looks like a Dan Marino sleep shirt. Like it does. It just looks like
That's the Dolphins.
like a third row bottom right.
Nashville SC is back tonight against Atlanta at
I'm
Geodis Park.
excited, man.
Yeah, should be fun. Should be a great environment. That first post-World Cup break
What time is the game?
matchup, 7. They play Atlanta United. You can watch it on Apple TV. You can listen to the home radio broadcast while you do it. Will be on the call tonight, and it'll be on Fox as well.
Ooh, okay.
It'll be
Good.
on Big Fox. Yeah.
Exciting.
So, pretty cool. You can watch the World Cup final on Fox Sunday and Nashville SC tonight.
Do you have any expectations for the match? I mean, it's the first game back in a minute.
They're still dealing with some injuries, but Sam Surridge should be back leading the line, and they've had a nice pause to reset and try to gear up for the second half of the year at the top of the Major League Soccer standings and gun for trophies. Like that's the objective of this season, is to win one, maybe multiple trophies, whether it's finishing at the top of MLS for the Supporter Shield or for the Big Kahuna and MLS Cup at the end of the MLS Cup playoffs.
Is that what it's called?
What?
The Big Kahuna?
No, that's just how I framed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be badass.
Why did you frame it like the Big Kahuna?
Because it's a big deal.
The whole enchilada.
Well, it's a whole enchilada. Yeah. What else? What else is there?
The kit and caboodle. You can get a kit and a caboodle from Fanatics. We just talked about that. Yep, that's all I got.
So
You are. I can't see much of you back there in the dark, but I can see your brain working. It's working about half speed today,
I
brother.
see them and I don't believe them.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait to be back at Geodis Park. I'll be out there Wednesday for the Montreal game, but
Good.
first couple games back from the World Cup break are at home. I just can't wait to be back in there with all of the Nashville SC and soccer lovers and all the folks that are. I've had multiple people tell me, yeah, we got tickets. We're going to go check out our first Nashville SC game.
Oh, really? The first?
Yeah.
Well, NSC is doing a really cool thing where if you're listening and you've never been to an NSC game before, go check out. I think it's on their website, maybe also their socials. It's the first game is on them. They will essentially give you free tickets. You have to sign up and apply and all those things, but they will give you free tickets to a game of your choosing. And after you apply, you have like 10 days to go to a game after that. But it's a really cool thing for new fans that are like, I don't really know if soccer's my thing. I want to give it a shot, though. Because I tell you, one time going in there, and you're going to have a blast.
The stadium is awesome.
The fans are awesome. The environment is awesome. The whole shebang is the whole shebang. There you go. That's another one.
Nice.
You stole it from the chat.
Did I?
Yep.
Yeah. That's okay.
I don't read what the chat says.
That's not true at all.
The whole 9 yards.
Every time somebody says your name in the chat, they're talking about me.
Well, tonight they host Atlanta, who has struggled, but is a rival. And there always seems to be something fun in store when Nashville and Atlanta get together. But back half of the season, it's all about the Major League Soccer regular season and the push for the playoffs and potentially MLS Cup for BJ Callahan and this team to continue. The first half of Nashville's season is tied for the best start in Major League Soccer's history through that amount of games in the last 25 years at least. So they'll pick up where they left off, leading the East, leading the league as a whole. See if they can take it to Atlanta tonight.
Indiana is the reigning national champion in the world of college football. We're going to talk about the programs that could potentially unseat them coming up next. Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. If you haven't made your lunch plans yet, do it soon. Make the right choice. Go to Hattie B's, any number of their Middle Tennessee locations open, and you don't even have to go into the store. Although each store is different and all delightful for different reasons, you can mobile order, which is what we just did. We're about to have Hattie B's at the studio in like 10 minutes, Robert.
All right, I'll just go down there and wait. I'll bring y'all up whatever's
It
left.
was not lost on me that I barked at Kroll to make sure that he set alarm to go pick up our food after I did not order him food.
Kroll, head on a swivel to get our chicken, buddy.
I caught myself. Self-awareness is key. Sorry, Kroll. I said we were going to talk some college football, but we are getting soccer calls. Lucas, look at that. You and I were just talking in the commercial break about how enjoyable it has been for us, for everybody, it seems, to be in on this World Cup, even after the U.S.'s elimination, the way that they have been. It's been a lot of fun for us to talk about, and so we're glad that the audience feels the same way. John is in Nashville.
Hey, guys. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
So, Lucas, wanted to get your opinion as the resident soccer guy for the show. I myself am a big soccer fan. So, with the possibility that Mauricio Pochettino does not return to be the head coach of the U.S. men's national team, what are the options that they could go for if they decided to go with a familiar name to U.S. soccer, such as B.J. Callahan, or would they go for a more established, well-known manager, possibly in the international ranks? And also, I know you're an Arsenal fan, so up the Chelsea.
I am not an Arsenal fan, John, but I do appreciate the call.
Oh.
Will is. Will is a massive Arsenal fan. No, AC Milan has always been the team I've supported outside of, obviously, Nashville, seeing what we do with them. So on Pochettino, something came out today on ESPN that he is going to make a decision regarding his future of the U.S. coach next week. He spoke on it. The U.S. is in talks to sign an extension with Pochettino through the 2030 World Cup, and he spoke with a Spanish radio outlet just yesterday and said, quote, "We are evaluating it, looking at it. They have made me an offer to continue, and we'll see. Next week, we make a decision." So TBD on whether or not Pochettino sticks around. If he doesn't, it is unavoidable. B.J. Callahan is going to be on almost every shortlist put out there. He already has been. Like ESPN put out 11 potential replacements for Pochettino if he does leave, and Callahan right there is like the second name listed. Like that's just the reality. He's going to be on all of those lists as a former USA assistant and interim coach where he had great success, and obviously what he's done with Nashville SC and how quickly he's gotten that off the ground. But there's going to be a ton of options in a bunch of different sort of categories, whether it's the Americans like B.J. Callahan, Steve Cherundolo, who's currently the U23 coach, former LAFC coach, or maybe another big name like a Gareth Southgate, who is the former England national team coach. But it's unavoidable for B.J.'s name to be in those conversations if Pochettino does not return. But we'll see what happens with Poch.
We talked with Hercules Gomez about this on, I guess that would have been Monday. And if you missed any of the conversation, I really enjoyed Hercules as a guest. I've really enjoyed his appearances on Get Up. I also heard him doing a soccer preview. Mike Ryan of the Le Batard universe is doing a soccer show called Morally Abhorrent, which I enjoyed. I thought that was clever. But if you missed Hercules' conversation, a lot of it still holds weight, even though we were previewing the semifinal matches at the time. You can go check that out via the podcast feed. Any of the interviews that we did this week, whether it be Hercules or Dane Brugler or our buddies from the Raw Room, who were also great, by the way, last night. I don't know if I mentioned them earlier. I did mention 3HL. Everybody who came out to the bowling event, we very much appreciate how much they leaned into it. I saw Slade take a lot of people's money last night, for what it's worth, on some...
Slay tore it up.
They were gambling. He wasn't stealing. I saw Slay take a lot of people's money. Let's not put him in a position where
like
he has to explain
pickpocketing
it.
people.
I just became that white woman with the Oakleys making the phone call about the picnic.
They're having a very loud cookout out here in the park.
Yeah, Slay and Sweet from the Raw Room were going back and forth. Jalen Collins was barking at Slay about Slay making microtransactions like he's EA football as opposed to, betting real money, which I got a kick out of. Pochettino, though, I was not aware of his, what's the way to put this, of the way that he's viewed, which is not as impressive, it seems, as the way he presents, right? What is his record? that Hercules cited, where he kind of gets into some of these situations where he's playing for big moments and his team comes up short the way that the U.S. did. Maybe not as bad, as like, spineless as the way that the U.S. team played in this performance, but I was not aware that this was a thing with Pochettino.
Yeah, he made a name for himself at Tottenham, where he made that Tottenham team. He had them competing at the highest levels in a Champions League final. He is the person that brought Harry Kane from the youth ranks to the first team, youth development, and Tottenham enjoyed a great spell with Pochettino, and that's really where he put himself on the map. And then he went on this sort of, rigmarole of coaching at PSG in Paris and at Chelsea, and those were disappointing spells. At PSG, he had Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe on the same team. Like, think about that. And they were unable to win the Champions League, which was the ultimate goal for that PSG team. So, yes, he's a big name. And the
Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe.
On the same team. And it didn't work to, like, the highest level. That's what it shows you.
What's the football comparison to that?
Oh, man. That's a great question. Like
Randy Moss, Tom Brady, Patriots?
Yeah, but who was the number 2 receiver on that Pats team?
Who's the dude from Louisville?
Don't look back here at me.
Come on, ball
Y'all
knower.
got it.
What do you mean?
Is it the wide receiver from Louisville?
Was Wes Welker on that team?
I don't think Welker was on that team.
I mean, they didn't win the Super Bowl.
So Welker may have been on that team. He won MVP for one of the Patriots. What the hell was that wide receiver's name? It's going to make me insane.
Oh, no.
I hope it's from Louisville.
What are these, the 2000 Patriots, right? Or 2007, not 2000. 2007 when they lost to the... Because Randy Moss was on the team that lost to the Giants, right? That were perfect until they weren't.
His name is Dante
Stallworth. Thank you.
Okay. So sure.
Wes Welker was on that team.
Okay. So yeah, like that Patriots team that didn't win the ultimate goal. And that's what happened when Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe got together for a brief spell in Paris.
Dixie said it would have been like KD, Clay, and Steph, but they won.
They won.
They won. That was the whole thing with KD.
Yeah.
The Warriors won the year before, and then they won again.
Yeah.
It's like any team Chris Paul's ever been on. Like when he was on a really good Clippers team and like they could never break through.
Kawhi.
He takes the Thunder.
What was the Lakers trio that crashed out? Kobe, Nash, and who was the big man? He played for the Cavs. What the hell was that dude's name? I remember them being on like
the guy that signed the mega deal with the Cavs.
I want to say no. I don't remember if he signed a mega deal, but it was a huge thing.
Andrew Varejao, Andrew Bynum.
Andrew Bynum.
I love Varejao, though. Good shout on Varejao.
Because he signed a crazy huge deal with the Lakers after he left.
Varejao or Bynum?
Varejao did.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah. I'm conflicted. Do you guys want Poch back? Like, did Poch capture you enough this summer?
I loved him, yes.
But with how badly it ended, like, do you guys want Poch for another cycle?
He should have used some of his time out, but like, I'm not going to blame him for that.
I mean, I'm conflicted on it because
he needs to know that one butt equals 2 feet down,
and one knee or all that junk.
I'd like to see him continue to build through another cycle, but historically, U.S. coaches that have gotten another cycle after a World Cup have not fared well.
You jerk! It was Deion Branch, not Dante Stallworth.
I'm looking at the thing.
Deion Branch was
2017 for 2007.
Stallworth was on that 07 team. Then
I'm looking at the roster right now. So whoever in the YouTube said that you're a dumbass, don't ever come in the chat again. Matter of fact, don't ever come around here.
Get out. That's correct.
Yeah, it was Moss, Welker, and Stallworth.
But Deion Branch played at Louisville. That's where we're getting mixed up. That's on me.
Yeah, he was on the 04 Pats team. But I'm conflicted on if I want Poch back or not. I want whatever keeps BJ here, to be totally honest. I mean, it's been a thrill ride.
Yeah, I mean, because BJ Callahan, as Lucas mentioned, would obviously be a favorite as far as the optics for the job. Whether or not he would end up getting scooped, nobody would have any way of predicting. But the uncertainty, right, is something that you would be scared of because he has obviously done an excellent job turning Nashville SC into the best team in MLS. And as far as sports goes in this city, we need one team that wins on a regular basis. And the soccer team has been the most consistent winner in these last few years. So anything that keeps that on the tracks, I'm for.
Also, something to keep an eye on here. Rob Harris, he's a high-profile soccer reporter for Sky News, reporting that White House officials are meeting with FIFA President Gianni Infantino today ahead of Sunday's World Cup final to discuss the potential health dangers posed by wildfire smoke in the New York, New Jersey area. If you guys haven't seen, there are wildfires in Canada that have affected the air quality all across the northern
Looks
United
bad.
States. It looks so bad. Megan's in Toledo, and it looks awful there. People are walking around in masks outside.
Yeah.
She said you can smell it. You feel suffocated being outside.
It's the equivalent, if you're outside for 8 hours there, it is the equivalent of smoking a 20-pack of cigarettes, which is
Oh, my God.
I don't know why I said it like
That's
that.
like that's a pre-show Robert hangout on the balcony. So careful out there.
It's half a
I
Robert.
hate you so-
The final is at MetLife on Sunday. And not just think about that logistically. The halftime show of Shakira, Madonna, BTS, and they've added Justin Bieber. And they're saying it's going to be 20 minutes, which how in the world?
No shot. can't possibly.
That's crazy. But yeah, something to keep an eye on for this weekend.
All right. Yeah, that's a huge story.
Making it
Keep an eye on.
Geodis, says Larry. Yes. Bring it here.
You're already getting Olympic soccer at Geodis.
I can't
Calm
wait.
down.
I can't wait.
All right. Let's keep the conversation going. 615-737-1045. I'm Buck Rising. It's 1045 The Zone. Stick around.
A day at the spa, the perfect gift for birthdays, anniversaries, or any occasion. Lavish and luxurious, yet affordable. A grand gesture, yet simple for you. The gift card from A Moment's Peace. Give her the gift she won't buy herself. An escape, a bit of luxury. Something special that shows more than just words. A gift from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa in Cool Springs across I-65 from Galleria Mall. Call 615-224-0770 or go online at amomentspeace.com anytime.
The Guaranteed Offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. You go to our website, you fill out a quick form, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house, there's no showings, we pay all cash, we close in as little as 21 days, stress-free. We've helped thousands of homeowners just like you sell your home the hassle-free way with the Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate.
Final hour is upon us. We're happy to have you. 615-737-1045. The number, if you want to jump in, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch is how you get involved via the live stream, F&M Bank Chat. We had just mentioned, Lucas had just mentioned that there is reporting that Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, is meeting with the White House about potentially having to move the World Cup final because climate change is causing a tremendous amount of wildfires in Canada right now. The smoke from the Canadian wildfires is now reaching the United States. The air quality in, I believe it was Toronto, was the worst air quality anywhere in the world yesterday, where I saw the New York Times reporting on it. New York, Chicago, you mentioned Toledo, Lucas, where your fiance Megan is. A lot of different parts of the country, in the northern part of the country, being impacted by this Canadian wildfire smoke. They cannot play a World Cup final with these professional athletes in the current conditions that the wildfire smoke from Canada is causing.
Well, the ESPN is reporting that the final is not under any threat, despite the air quality warnings in the area. So, like, they're not moving the final. That's not something that's not what's being reported.
Isn't that what you said earlier?
No, they're meeting with the White House to have discussions about the final because the air quality is a concern. But now ESPN is
not
reporting
moving it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that is not official at all.
Okay.
ESPN's reporting that it's not a concern. The forecast is improving for Sunday.
Okay.
But it is a discussion that's happening.
Is the food here?
Oh, I don't know.
We got Friday Fire here, right?
No.
We can.
You said 12:20.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What did I say we were going to do here? Tell stories?
Someone
Mystery
wants to do
Vortex?
that on the phone line.
Mystery Vortex? Okay, very good. John is in Nashville.
Yes, I just wanted to mention to you an obituary that was in the New York Times yesterday. It's the title of it is Antonio Ratin, whose World Cup explosion led to penalty car system, dies at 89. And the first paragraph is very quick. Antonio Ratin, an Argentine soccer star whose impassioned run-in with a referee during a match against England in the 1966 World Cup led to the creation of the sports system of yellow and red penalty cars, died on July 11th in Vicente Lopez, a suburb of Buenos Aires. He was 89. I thought you might be interested in that. It's a beautiful obituary, by the way.
Wow.
Thank you very much for the call. We'll check it out. Go ahead, Lucas.
So that's what he's talking about. This Argentine player, Argentina was playing England in 66 in England. And the Argentine player, who speaks Spanish, was playing against England in a game that had a German referee who just spoke German. This game was the reason that FIFA started changing the color of the cards. Because you used to get a yellow card or a red card, but the referee would just tell you which one it was. The cards were not actually colored. And in this instance, there was a language barrier between the referee and the player. And so the player did not know he was getting a red card. And it turned into a big thing because he couldn't understand what the ref was saying. And ultimately, he ended up, like, as he stormed off the field, grabbing an England flag and crumpling it up and, like, throwing it on the ground at the red carpet where Queen Elizabeth had walked out. And it was a huge mess and part of the storied rivalry between Argentina and England.
So that is a ridiculous story.
That's the reason why now it's like, okay, we should probably actually color the cards so players know what kind of penalty they're getting.
I appreciate John for bringing that to our attention.
Are there any cards that, like, you don't see often? Like, are there other colored cards?
It's just yellow and red, right?
Correct.
They should get some more.
Like a gray card?
Yeah, like
How about teal?
Gray card. Oh, like they should make them for, like, you know how, like, and in the NFL, when there's a penalty, there are hand signs for every single penalty. They should do that in soccer as well. Like if you Pele kicks someone in the head, yellow. No, it can't be yellow. What's
because the thing is, every foul just has the same result, right? It can be a different kind of foul, whether it's a handball or you kick somebody or whatever. But in the end, it's either you have the ball or you have the ball.
I want more cards.
Okay, bud.
We got to layer in the Americanization of soccer. Like, we bit by bit. We're doing a halftime show. They're giving rings for the first time. The World Cup champion's going to get rings.
Did they not get anything before? Just a trophy?
Right, they don't get anything individually?
They get medals. There's a medal presentation, but they've never had. I think championship rings are a very American thing.
Oh, it says they're toe rings. Have you seen this?
Stop.
No, it says everyone
All I
is.
saw was that hot chicken just walk in the door.
All right, have fun, guys.
No.
It says
No. You can't.
toe rings is hilarious.
Did you look at it? That's what it says.
They got to put it on their feet.
Did you look up World Cup toe rings?
That's not what's happening.
Look.
I won't let you do this.
World Cup winners to receive U.S.-style championship rings with slight twist. The rings will be customized to reflect the identity of the winning team and individually fitted to their pinky toe before being presented at a later date. I'm not making this up.
Nobody believes you.
It was a good try.
It was a very feeble try. It wasn't a good try.
Can you imagine?
You aren't even putting effort into your lies today.
Hey, speaking of a talking season,
Oh, I thought you were saying, speaking of toe
rings.
ring.
Nothing I associate a toe ring more with than a woman that has like the South Carolina state flag or
As a tramp stamp.
state symbol on their ankle. No, not a ankle tat.
like the tree.
The tree. I feel like toe ring and tree ankle tat go hand in hand.
Speaking of Dabo Swinney, have you guys seen this quote from Dabo?
No.
From ACC Media Days?
I'm sure it's great. Is it 13 minutes long?
Do you
the
have-
quote?
Probably.
Is it him talking? I did see
Can we get Dabo
Dabo.
to filibuster because it's time to eat?
Talking about their disappointing season last year. Quote, if you got that one more yard and win, they love you. But if you got one less yard, they hate you. Talking about how circumstantial things can be in football. And seemingly, once again, ignoring the larger themes of why his program continues to struggle. Now, to Dabo's credit, they did have a very talented team last year. Also, to Dabo's discredit, they did nothing with that talented team. But Paul Feinbaum has spoken.
Wait, do you want to? I didn't even think that was the quote you were talking about. Before you read this
Please
one.
do.
Clemson's Dabo Swinney on going with returning quarterback Christopher Vizzini. We weren't going to go out and get a shiny new object at quarterback. If it doesn't work out, we're going to be raked across the coals. Like, that doesn't even sound like he's confident.
Right.
He didn't learn anything.
Right. And that's the thing that Dabo doesn't seem to understand, because he gets up here and he speaks and he's like, well, you know, when you win, they love you. When you lose, they hate you. Like, no, Dabo, it's deeper than that. Like, he fundamentally seems to misunderstand the criticisms of his program. And Paul Feinbaum on Get Up on ESPN said that Dabo is stuck on stupid. Saying, quote, I am getting so exasperated listening to Dabo tell us how great he used to be. They're not great anymore. You don't hear Brady talking about his Super Bowls, which, like, don't we? Brady's everywhere.
Well, he's everywhere, but I don't think, I mean, I feel like he does it when he's talking trash to other people.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
I don't feel like Tom Brady, like, I don't know.
Feinbaum continues. Dabo is just stuck on stupid right now, trying to convince us that his program is still legitimate. It's not. It's slipping and sliding away. It's good. Maybe they'll win 9 games this year, or maybe they won't, but they lost 6 games last year with the Heisman favorite. That is downright embarrassing.
They were the favorites for the national championship.
They were loaded. Like, you look at the draft last year, the amount of players that came off the board from Clemson. Yeah, man, I don't know how much longer Clemson hangs on with this.
Well, that's the thing. And I think, you talk about Feinbaum being a little more first takey anymore.
Definitely.
I think he nails that. I think he's spot on there.
Yeah.
Because that's the line, I'm looking for it. I'm getting so exasperated listening to Dabo tell us how great he used to be. Because that's what he's doing. At every turn, that's what he's talking about. When you contextualize it that way, instead of the way that Dabo's trying to spin it, I think you get more to the root of the problem, which is a coach who we've talked about is unwilling to adapt, dipped his toe into the transfer portal and got into a whole mess because of Pete Golding and this linebacker and texts that were being sent that probably shouldn't have been sent in the middle of Dabo trying to sign this kid and all these different things, and Dabo being the one that it happens to is ironic, I guess, but that's just kind of the nature of the game. The fact would you rather a coach do what Dabo is doing, or would you rather see a coach who you think can still continue to do the job leave before they're actually pushed out of the sport like Saban did? Like Saban got out because he didn't want to deal with this.
But Saban also evolved with the sport. as well as anybody
To
ever
a
has.
point. To a point,
Yeah,
right?
to a point.
To a point where it became, in his mind, untenable. And that's his decision to make, his right to make. Absolutely.
I wonder, though, if Nick
Dabo is
Saban...
talking about it as untenable and then being like, but you won't fire me. You won't, right? I mean, that's what he's doing. He's daring them at every turn to fire his ass.
But I wonder, would Nick Saban... it became untenable for Nick Saban, and it became the right time to retire. But if Nick Saban was 20 years younger, I bet he still would have continued to evolve with the sport and would have continued to speak out about
Probably
it.
so.
And try to be a force of change, which he is still trying to do post-retirement. But Saban also was getting into his 70s, and I could see it feeling like a good time to say, okay, maybe now is where we hang it up. But this ACC tiebreaker thing also has been making the rounds. Robert, you were the first one to show me this.
You said it was your dumbest thing in sports this week.
Oh,
right?
yeah, we didn't even get to it. No, I think they have a really clear-cut and honest way to figure out these tiebreakers. Let me lay it out for you as the ACC has presented it.
Now, before you do that, the ACC has an odd number of teams.
Correct.
Right? So it's virtually impossible for everybody to play the same amount of conference games to decide who goes to the conference championship.
The first few rules make a lot of sense. Actually, all the rules make a ton of sense. They're very clear, not ambiguous. It starts with head-to-head results will always matter most. Got it, love it, learned it. No team will be overly rewarded or penalized based on the number of conference games it plays. Lucas said there's an odd number of teams, so some teams are naturally going to play more conference games than other teams will. So they will not be penalized nor rewarded for doing so. Makes sense. This is all sounding good. When head-to-head competition cannot separate tied teams, the team with the strongest overall body of work will earn the opportunity to compete for the ACC championship and the conference's automatic qualifier to the college football playoff. What the hell does that mean?
Overall
the
body
team
of work.
with the
I'll
better
tell you exactly what it means. It means they don't want Duke, Virginia in the ACC championship.
bingo,
again.
they are going to pick the bigger, better school.
Well, here's the more defined explanation. Defining tied teams. Step one. This is straight from the ACC.
Oh, I thought this was a joke.
No. No, this is straight from the conference.
Lucas's
Step one.
12-step plan.
Are
to
they
fix
Florida
this.
State or Miami or Clemson?
Step
They're in.
one. Identify the team or teams with the best conference win percentage.
Yeah.
Step two. Any team or teams which played an alternate number of conference games and have either the same number of conference wins or the same number of conference losses as the teams identified in step one. I am so confused. I have no idea what I've just read.
Because that definitely sounds like teams would be penalized for not playing enough conference games if they
means-
have a tiebreaker with someone who did play more conference games.
There
than them.
will be jargon and there will be words and you won't understand them. And Miami and Florida
Right.
State will end up in the
It's-
ACC championship
It sounds
game.
just confusing enough that they could find a way to make it to where they avoid Virginia.
Oh, you guys don't
and
understand?
Duke.
No. Here, let me show you.
The fourth tiebreaker
Clemson,
is
back in.
who is the harvest moon shining the brightest on? It's like,
I thought you were making a Harvest Moon video game reference.
dude. Oh, I haven't thought about Harvest Moon in so long.
Let's tease Friday Fire so we can eat our chickens.
615-737. My stomach literally just rumbled. 615-737-1045 is the number. If you have a moment of positivity that you want to share with us and you want to share with the audience, and at the same time, win some Doobie Brothers tickets in the process. 615-737-1045. Call us and tell us what your Friday Fire this week is. My Friday fire is that we have just discovered Ron Slay alive. He's in the chat.
What'd he say?
He said,
I'm alive.
Literally that. Where is he? He said, if you miss Split Happens yesterday, that's the bowling event, you missed a damn good time. All caps, I'm alive. I don't know if he's well, but he's alive. So we're happy to see it. No, 615-737-1045. The number is how you jump in for the opportunity to win 2 tickets to the Doobie Brothers upcoming concert. Call in, give us your moment of positivity. Your Friday Fire, my third Friday Fire submission. Second was Slay's. Third is the fact that Hattie B's is in studio. We're delighted by it. Feeling better back there? Look at you. You turn the lights on when the Hattie B's showed up. Look at you so people can see you eating your chicken.
I'm chipper.
Mm-hmm.
I got a salad today so that I can go nuts on Sunday.
Okay,
Just
very
go
good.
Full half bird when we're there to watch the World Cup final, which I'm excited for. My Friday Fire.
Oh, wait. Slow down.
Lucas is like, no, an excuse to go back to eating? Don't mind if I do.
No, because I need your somewhat participation here. When you think of college football player highlight reels on YouTube.
Tavon Austin.
Dree Archer.
Dree Archer.
Dree Archer's...
over Tavon Austin, because I think the vast majority of people would have said Tavon Austin.
Yep.
Don't ruin my bet.
Cordero Patterson, 2012.
Oh, he has a good one, too.
But Tavon Austin, like, I think all of us could identify the song that starts Tavon Austin's. Yeah. So it's a legendary college highlight reel. I forgot how I went back and watched the whole 9-minute thing after I saw this on the internet this weekend. Tavon Austin, now retired, obviously, has a daughter, and his daughter, she's old enough now to realize that, okay, dad was a football player. So they sat his daughter down on the couch. She looks to be maybe 4 or 5. And they showed her dad's highlight reel on YouTube. And Robert, I don't know how this is going to translate. Maybe we try it on the air. But the reaction of the daughter to seeing that it's her dad, Tavon Austin, is one of the coolest things I've seen all week.
Look, who is it? Who's that?
Yeah, that was awesome.
So, again, I hadn't watched it in a while. I went back and watched the 9.5-minute Tavon Austin YouTube reel. That West Virginia team was so much fun. I forgot how good he and Gino were. Maybe I didn't forget, but it's been a while since I've seen it. And it was cool to see his daughter get to appreciate that.
My Friday Fire, Robert, is your favorite. He's answering calls. Freddie, our favorite Twitter German who has been gallivanting around the United States and then deleted his Twitter when people started to say mean things and uncover older things from his account, and now is back on Twitter. And he is in Nashville as his tour of the U.S. and North America in general continues. Because my Friday Fire is that Freddie and his crew experienced what we are currently experiencing yesterday and went to Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the Broadway location, and posted pictures from it. And Freddie's buddy Fiago, who has been a part of his crew, tweeted a picture of himself outside with all of the food saying, hands down, the best chicken sandwich I have eaten in my life. We had the hot spice level, and it was just perfect. Thanks for the advice, guys. So they asked America, hey, we're in Nashville. Where should we go? America responded, Hattie B's Hot Chicken, of course. And they were blown away. They also went to the Grand Ole Opry. They swung. I saw they were at Nashville SC's facility hanging out with Hani Mukhtar and Nashville SC players.
Yeah, this Fiago guy doesn't have any problem showing his face. I see him all over the damn place.
He's posting his face. So I wonder if they'll be at the NSC game tonight. I hope they're out there at Geodis Park as they take on Atlanta. But Robert, your favorite crew, experienced Hattie B's yesterday, and it's my Friday Fire.
Yeah, evil people are allowed to eat good food. That's not. I don't have a problem with it. I'm
eating chicken right now.
I'm glad he's using his powers for good finally, and not just to scrape every dollar he can because he's probably in financial ruin after being outside of his home country for over 2 months. I brought my Twitter back to continue to share our trip. No, you brought your Twitter back because it probably makes a bunch of money. My Friday Fire is I had a fantastic time last night. That was just so stinking cool. Every time we get to do something like that, I'm always like, okay, try to enjoy this because it's not going to last that long. Last night felt like it lasted forever. I kept saying, what time is it? And it's like, oh, we still have more time. We still have more time. Like, it felt like it was never going to end in the best way possible. We had a blast. Appreciate you guys coming out, always supporting us, always hanging out with us. We raised a ton of money for Home Street Home, which is what it's all about. Good to see Steven out there. Good to meet people. Good to meet listeners. Hope you guys will come back next year.
Yeah, the audience makes it, and so it's cool that you guys get to hang out with us in those situations, and it's cool that we get to hang out with you in those situations. So we appreciate the way that you support. If I'm having trouble speaking or I sound like I'm having trouble speaking, it's because I'm experiencing chicken ecstasy.
Yeah, let's go to the phones.
All right, very good. 615-737-1045. Submit your Friday Fire. Get the opportunity to win 2 tickets to the Doobie Brothers concert. Start with Kyle in Bowling Green.
Hey, first-time caller. So I woke up this morning for my Fun Friday. Woke up to a DM message from Country Central on Instagram. They were holding a giveaway for 4-day passes to Bourbon and Beyond, and I won them.
Nice. Well done. That's a good Friday.
Trying to win more.
He's like, let's let it ride.
How do I parlay this win into another
Put
win?
it all on black. That's great. Andy in Hermitage.
Good afternoon, boys. My Friday Fire is shout out Lucas Panzica for getting a 57-year-old man to enjoy soccer. I got my Erling Haaland Man City jersey en route. He's now my new dog because that seasonal depression of no football is now over with another sport. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Andy. That means a lot. Appreciate it, man, and enjoy your new Erling Haaland Manchester City fandom.
He seems to be a fan of the U.S., Haaland.
How do you not just love that guy?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, be really patriotic and say, how do you not just love the U.S.? But, of course, you got to talk about
that, too.
Freaked out.
Everybody that came to the U.S. loved the U.S. and its people, and that was a special thing to watch.
How does it feel that you are the pallbearer, not a pallbearer, I guess. You were the
Good Lord.
You were the spokes on the wagon of U.S. soccer fandom. How many people do you think you've brought to fandom?
Every person that tells me that I played any tiny little role in them getting into this stuff this summer has just been a thrill for me, man. I like to share that passion with you guys, and for a lot of y'all to reciprocate it has been a dream come true, legitimately. So I appreciate you, Andy.
It makes me angry that Qatar happened the way that it did in the middle of football season, because we could have done this once before.
Yeah,
because I was trying to think, why didn't we have this much fun the last World Cup?
Football.
Because it was during football, and they played it in Qatar or
but
Qatar,
it was different,
whatever.
right? It was here. It was on our doorstep, and I was nervous about it. Is this going to hit the way it can? I know it can, and it surpassed all of my greatest expectations. It's been just a thrill, and I'm genuinely sad it ends on Sunday.
Does it usually happen during football season?
No, that was an exception because of the wet. Literally, they
corruption. Because to play a World Cup
corruption
in the summer in Qatar would be inhumane at 120.
You think the air quality is the problem here?
130 degree heat. Yeah,
and also human rights issues, slave labor, all these different things. Nothing to see here. Play soccer. Buffalo.
I mean, for me, it was Ted Lasso, and one of my concrete buddies is into the ham soccer. But my Friday Fire has to be that Nashville SC is getting cranked back up and going again. I can't wait to get there and watch it. As far as the Doobie Brothers tickets go, I already won Doobie Brothers tickets, and it's the day before I'm going to be in Seattle to watch the Rush concert. So I'm going to have to give them away to one of my relatives. Y'all have a good day.
Appreciate the call. All right, Andy gets the tickets. Well done by Buffalo. Well done by y'all.
Doobie or not Doobie? That is the question at the concert.
Really?
For the Doobie Brothers.
Really wanted more calls so we could eat more chicken.
Shout out Andy.
Anyone else? If you'd like to give someone else a shout out in your life, if you'd like to just tell someone you love them, you don't have to win the tickets.
No.
Andy's already won them. Just give us a call and yap for us.
Give
Take
Andy
over the. No, yeah, we can give Andy the tickets.
Should we let Kroll have his star turn right now? Well, the three of us are incapacitated and simply just want to eat hungover chicken.
Kroll, do you have 9 minutes of any topic you'd like to talk about? No, you got to do it by yourself.
He said, yes. Give me I want the microphone. I want the power.
He said, I might just need one of you guys. I was like, no, you can't. You don't get any of us. You have to filibuster.
Here's what I want to ask people, because Chris Johnson, the news of the day in Titanland is that Chris Johnson is heading into the Ring of Honor. Oh, no, the hotline is ringing. And I think I know who that is.
Should I mystery vortex it? Mystery vortex the hotline?
Here's the prompt I have before we get overtaken here.
We're mystery vortexing the hotline.
We know who it is.
Hey.
Oh.
I want to know. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Bobby.
What's up,
How's
Slay?
it going? Hey, man, listen, I just want to talk since y'all opened up the phone lines for people to yap while y'all eat chicken.
Thanks, man.
I want to be that guy. Yeah, I absolutely, man. Big shout out. You know what I mean? I said it on Ramon the Real this morning. Big shout out to Split Happens, man. But y'all put on a great event. Great job by the listeners coming out, man, because you could have easily said, you know what, we'll catch them next time. But they didn't. The people came on out, and I thought it was encouraging to see the push, the love that we got, not only during the party, but the after party. The after party happened outside. Yep. Right down the parking lot.
Robert, you remember the after party, don't you? Robert, you enjoyed the after party with Slay?
Yeah, it was a vivid memory for me.
Yes, vivid.
That was my next question. During story time that we were having, and everybody was so, attentive of it, I saw at the peripheral a guy just scurried down the parking lot. I don't even know if he was going towards a vehicle, the street. It was a cemetery next to us. I didn't know if he was going to lay down in the cemetery and do a thriller, like a reenactment of Thriller or something. But I was worried, and I never heard anything back from my guy. Bert, please tell me where you wandered off to.
I was
concerned.
I had to get something out from my car.
As a veteran fry guy, and not the ones that you eat, but the ones that you drink. Listen, I know what it's like to go off into the distance and give it up, call Earl, but I always come back and rally. So I would have came back and joined us. I didn't see that out of you, Bert, and I was worried. I'm glad to know you're okay. You're alive. You're on the show. You're eating. You're getting nutrition. And that's all I got, really, y'all. You know what I mean? Great time. Had a ball. And I can't wait to do it again.
What time did you wake up today?
Dude, I got up and this was just crazy. I had to get up to get LeRon to the theater camp. So that's my duties in the summer, get him to theater camp. So I was up to 8:23, 8:25, somewhere around there.
That's pretty good.
Last time I looked at it.
That's pretty good.
It was really good.
All right.
And I ain't been back to sleep. So Taco Bell, Nacho Bell Grande, no beans, saved me last night.
This man ordered Taco Bell, and then Lucas's response to the Taco Bell was, "I made a whole ass pasta."
At midnight. I made a midnight pasta.
Thank you, Slay. Back to bed.
Back to bed. Thanks, Slay. What a legendary run of zone events, too, from 3HL's karaoke night to Split Happens.
I told them yesterday on 3HL that I was very disappointed that I missed karaoke, and I promised that next time I will not be on foreign soil when the karaoke event happens.
The prompt I had for Titans fans,
yes,
as Chris Johnson is the first player to begin his career in the Titans era to be inducted into the Titans Ring of Honor, is who needs to be the next one? 615-737-1045. Like, we understand the legends that are in that category. Keith Bullock, Javon Curse, Derek Mason, Blaine Bishop, so on. But to you guys, who needs to be the very next person on that list? Because I think it's an interesting discussion. It may be a discussion for another day.
Well, do you want to do that here? Because we only have 4 minutes, but I mean, we do have another segment. So, I mean, I know you guys are doing the show without me on Monday. Maybe you want to have that conversation Monday. You want to do it here? I'm fine to do it here.
What's your answer? As someone who parachuted into Titanland 5 minutes ago.
I mean, I had the benefit Lucas, my parachuting into Titanland 11 years ago was learning about the franchise from Floyd Reese. So I understand, you're making a joke, and I appreciate that. But for the first 4.5 years that I was down here while Floyd was still with us, and while I was working with D-Mace, somebody who I still consider a very close friend, I got to learn from them about the franchise, and then YouTube. YouTube's an incredibly valuable tool. Knowing what I know about Curse and Bullock's career, I think they both deserve to be in today. I think if you made me pick, I would probably pick Bullock.
Mr. Monday Night.
He is, and Curse is an icon for the franchise unto itself, but I think Keith, that position, the way, the difficulty that he had getting on the field, even as a first-round pick, and then what he turned into, which is one of the most dominant players at his position during that time, the legendary battles that those teams had with Peyton Manning in the division and all those different kind of things. Again, I'm not taking anything away from Curse. Obviously, there's some crossover, but I think Bullock they should both be in yesterday, but Bullock needs to be in.
I love the Titans players with nicknames. I feel like every Titans player with a nickname should be in the Ring of Honor.
The Freak, CJ2K,
Hitman,
Mr. Monday Night, Hitman,
and the King.
Philip Supernaw.
Just his name. That's a real name. Sounds like a nickname.
Titan legend.
Yeah, I think the Freak belongs. Mr. Monday Night belongs. The Hitman belongs. You can hear the Hitman with Zach Lyons coming up at 1 o'clock.
Is he here? I don't think he...
I think Blaine's out.
He's out of town.
Okay, he's out today. And the King belongs. 100%. Jarrell Casey also belongs, and he's getting a shout in the F&M Bank chat.
Jarrell should be in the...
I think Jarrell Casey belongs in the Ring of Honor.
I'm not necessarily against it by any stretch of the imagination.
And Jeff, when it's all said and done. And Brett Kern.
But Kern...
Kern belongs in the Ring of Honor.
Ben Jones.
Ben Jones, yep.
Okay, calm down.
Yep.
Well, don't say that.
Nate Washington.
Anybody who's ever been on the show ever. By that logic, Will Levis.
The Ring of Dishonor.
The way you recoiled.
The Ring of Dishonor.
Stop.
That means...
Put his name around all the toilet seats.
No. You're not going to Hanoi
Put your
Jane
cheeks
Will
on
Levis.
Put them on there.
You're not going to Hanoi Jane Will Levis. Stop it. I won't have it. I won't have it. Duck Falling on YouTube, who, is a troll, but occasionally has a salient point, says, I feel like only the media cares about the ring. I don't give a damn personally as a Titans fan. I don't think that's true.
I don't think it's true.
I think if you polled the vast majority of Titans fans, again, for Titans fans, and especially like Titans fans, not Oilers fans who follow the team, but Titans fans, for them to not have until today, well, I guess until, when's the game, September 13th? When he'll officially be inducted. But until the announcement today that Chris Johnson's going in, there's not a single Titans player that was drafted by just the Titans, not Oiler that became a Titan, that's in the team's Ring of Honor, and the team has been the Tennessee Titans for almost 30 years. I feel like that means, I feel like Chris going in, if it didn't mean anything to you before because you didn't identify with those names, and obviously you identify with the names that made the trip, but not the guys that came before it necessarily. If that doesn't mean something to you, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you how to fan. Obviously, I wouldn't be the one to tell you how to fan. But I think that should carry weight as a fan. I think it does carry weight for the vast majority of fans. I don't think that's an across the board or a widely held opinion.
I don't think it's about the fans. You can care about it if you want to, but it has nothing to do with the fans. If it had to take place with the fans, they would do a fan vote every year about who would go in. It has nothing to do with the fans. It has to do with the legacy that person had and what the impact they had on the franchise, and that it will live forever. Your name will be always synonymous with where we are playing. It has nothing to do with the fans. Otherwise, Mark Mariani and any of the other fan favorites would be in the Ring of Honor as well.
I just think it's a point of pride for a fan. Like, yeah, Derrick Henry played for my team. Chris Johnson played for my team.
I think that's what the Hall of Fame is for.
Okay.
But
they don't have one in the Hall of Fame.
I could listen to the whole argument over that I just made, also being for the Hall of Fame. It's not for the fans, but
yeah, they don't have one in the Hall of Fame though, right? There's not a Titan, like a Tennessee Titan player in the NFL Hall of Fame.
You got 6 years,
Derek.
Yeah.
Now people are suggesting making their own submissions. I have seen a lot of comments for Lawan.
He doesn't have a nickname.
Dip bleep, but
loose leg Lawan. Like I don't.
No, that's me.
the triple L.
Listen, Taylor's not the best left tackle the franchise has ever had, right? Michael Ruse. I mean, if you wanted to get into it, like Michael Ruse is the best Titans left tackle, and I don't think Lawan would take umbrage at that. And I'm not like dogging Taylor just because I like to give Taylor a hard time, but no, I don't think that you can. Lawan was not good enough for an extended period of time, and Taylor's obviously had great success in his secondary career, and I'm sure it means something to him. I'm sure he would love to be considered, but no, he is not on the same level with his career with the team the way that the rest of these guys are. Certainly not with the likes of Jarrell Casey. And again, that's not a shot at Taylor. I hope it doesn't come off that way. 615-737-1045. The number. Last call for phone calls. We'll wrap it up next. All right, look at that, Robert. We made it. We made it. We did it. We did the show after an incredibly fun evening. We acted like we dug a ditch today. Did manual labor. Shut up. Talked into a microphone for about, I don't know, what do we talk per hour on average? Like 36 minutes at every hour? More?
Usually like 42, 43.
Okay. So 42 minutes out of every hour and ate chicken in the middle of it. That was our great burden today.
All right. Who y'all got Sunday? World Cup final, the defending world champions and the South American champions against the defending European champions.
Spain.
Who should I be rooting for?
Probably Messi. Or if you're rooting for history, you're rooting for Messi.
No, I can't root for Messi.
Why?
Because he plays for Miami. I don't like him.
Oh, big soccer guy.
Yeah, it's a big rivalry.
It is. May I remind folks, last time Messi was in Nashville, shut out, scoreless in April when Nashville advanced past Miami.
Didn't they beat them? Like in the
the way that it worked out, like they got to advance.
They won on away goals, yeah. In CONCACAF Champions Cup.
That's all that matters. If you don't have nothing going on tonight, Nashville SC should be a good time. First time back in action in like a month and a half?
Oh, more than that, man. It's been well over 2 months. It's been like a mini off season. The team went to Salt Lake for a couple weeks to train, play some scrimmages against RSL, the MLS club there. Miami, by the way, is here August 15th. We'll see. I imagine Messi will be taking a long break.
Before we start making the promos, Nashville SC hosts Lionel Messi. Make sure that he,
But I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with this game. Spain are favored. They are minus 150. Argentina plus 130 to win the World Cup on Sunday.
I've picked Spain. Inevitably, they'll lose, but
they are the what's the word? Like logical pick.
Well, that's it's gotten me thinking, and I think I brought this up within the context of football recently. Maybe it was yesterday. I can't remember the exact conversation. But Lucas, I brought up defense and the importance of defense just based on Spain's run and the way that Spain, as we've talked about, played themselves into form throughout the course of the World Cup, but got to do that because their defense was elite the entire time. They may not have been the most ferocious attack. They may not have been, scoring goals by the dozen or whatever, but they have given themselves the leeway because their defense is so great that they can eke out these close games and then, get to a level where they're competing at the highest levels against the best competition.
They can exert complete control, and they have throughout the tournament, even when they're not flashy and spectacular.
So I say this for all sports, not just soccer, but in principle, why do we not spend more time talking about defense? Is it simply because the idea of touchdowns and quarterbacks and big passes and big runs are so enthralling that we talk about as those are the most important things? When I think in every sport, you could make the case that in the critical moments, the stop is what gives you the opportunity to go out there and win it at the end, if you get the stop.
Yeah, your ability to shut down an opponent's biggest threat, which Spain can do at every level. They can do it by controlling the ball, their press from front to back, the way their forwards press, their midfield, their defenders, and how in tune they are with one another, the communication in that press. Meanwhile, Argentina are just like this scrappy pack of wolves that are starved and will do anything. And so there's this balance.
Starved. They're the defending World Cup champions.
Right. Agreed. But that's how they play.
No, I know.
I mean, that's what they show.
I respect that, actually.
They look like a team that never dreamed to even be in this spot with just their hunger for every single second ball, every situation. So Spain are the team that the logic tells you should win, that can exert more control, that are more balanced across the board. Argentina are the team that just have been the thrill ride and have been a team of moments. And a player like Lionel Messi and Julian Alvarez and Enzo Fernandez that can capitalize and seize a moment. Lamine Yamal is the star man for Spain, but don't expect him to have the same kind of impact as a Messi. He's on the right wing. He's trying to create from there. He's a really fun player to watch, but he's also a part of that Spanish system. I can't wait to see this clash of styles, and hopefully Spain, unfortunately, are so good that they can make games boring. They made the France game boring.
Yeah.
Because of how good the performance was.
That's okay, though. Drag them down.
Yeah.
Make them play your game, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, we spend so much time talking about the importance of offense in every sport and these high-scoring affairs and things like that, but I continue to be reminded at every turn in every sport, defense.
Yeah.
It's critically vital to you being able to seal the deal no matter what sport you're talking about.
I mean, it's the GOAT against the baby GOAT. It's Messi against the country that basically raised him and created him and made him the star he is today in Spain. And it's a great way to set the table for what's just been an unbelievable 5 weeks in the U.S.
What I don't want is there to be some kind of VAR Argentina controversy.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
As clean a game as FIFA is capable of officiating.
Yeah.
Let's try and keep the review and the refs and the officials out of the headlines on Monday. That would be ideal.
What I do want is for folks to come watch the game at the Hattie B's in East Nashville with us.
Oh, you're inviting people to hang out with? I mean, it's fine. I didn't know we were turning into a thing.
Let's go. Gallatin Ave.
Okay. What are you trying to do on Sunday?
Watch the game.
Okay.
You were saying, Robert?
We have breaking news.
Is it laser light show worthy?
We don't have a laser light show capable of encompassing the gravity of this news. New species of monkey has been discovered.
Whoa.
In Congo. It was pictured in 2008, but the picture was slightly obscured, so it was not able to be clearly identified. The new monkey, Lakaweli monkey. Go check it out. He is so stinking cute. He has big orange lips.
Oh, God, I want a pet monkey so bad.
No, you can't have one.
I want one.
It's so crazy to me. We're still finding things.
I know, right?
Apparently, these monkeys hide very high in the trees, so they're not seen, and obviously the Congo is not like...
Yeah, when's the last time you went exploring the Congolese jungle?
I don't know, but I assume
looking
people
for different
there,
breeds of monkey.
Dude, I tell you one thing. If I was smart enough for them to think that I could be an animal scientist, I would be going to Antarctica to find new penguins. I'd do anything. That sounds like the coolest thing in the world. Being like a wild thornbird, so wild thornberries, I would be so cool with that.
Well, good, because we're sending you to hunt Burmese pythons next year.
I can't wait. Researchers were taken aback when they discovered the new species of black-furred monkey in the Congo that sports distinctive orange lips and utters unique vocalizations. I can't wait to hear the vocalizations. God, I love this. This is the best news I've heard all day, besides the fact that the show is over.
Thank God. I say thank God like I'm not doing Stugatz's show for the next 2 hours. 2 to 4 on Fox Sports Radio here this afternoon if you have some time between Blaine and Zach and 3HL. If not, have a great weekend.